And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
It's already hostile in here.
Catching the professor slipping.
It's the last live day. The professor himself slipped up. On the topic sheet today, Bonfire, Wednesday, September 12th, 2018.
Oh my God! Yeah, Black. Yeah, look at that. I showed Black Lou that. I was like, look what the professor did. He spelled it wrong.
Dan called you out.
Goddamn right. It's the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder. That's Big J. Oakerson. And joining us, everyone's number one amigo, Mike Fenoya.
The world's amigo.
What's up, guys?
The world's amigo is a better way of saying it.
World's amigo.
Yeah. That's a good... You would take that as a nickname, right?
Absolutely.
The world's amigo?
The world's amigo. It's a lot of pressure.
It should really be an album title. The world's amigo.
It's me on
It should be your first when you go dark, though.
Yeah.
It should be your first journey to dark comedy, really going dark with it.
It's all real sex crime bits.
He goes, sure, priest got me, but, what are you going to do, man? You live and learn, right?
Yes, but you know what? The world's a friend. The world's an amigo.
Caused me to do some pretty dark shit in my teen years. I don't want to talk about it.
Did you see Fenoya's new special, The World's Amigo? It's going to fucking win an Emmy, dude.
It's a real think piece.
It's
the stepbrother to Nanette.
Yeah, you go. I'm really shook up by it.
We're going to wait to talk too much about unfunny era of post-comedy that we're in. We have our guest Sam Morrell's going to be coming in later on today, and Jacob said he had some really good thoughts on post-comedy that he wanted to talk to him about. So... or that Sam just had some opinions that he put out publicly.
He was in earlier this week doing a takeover. He's got a special coming out Fridays.
Yeah.
He was talking.
Just did Fallon too. It was great.
Hells yeah.
One of my favorite people and comics.
Yeah, great. Sam's fucking hilarious.
It's a great special. I listened to it. I loaded it.
Oh yeah, you got to listen to it.
Fantastic.
I wasn't. I missed the taping because I was on the road, and I've heard Norman was like, "It's incredible."
Yeah,
best ever.
Best ever. He was seriously when I saw him. He did the thing where he was like, "Jesus," it was crazy.
Whole new level.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Oh well, I'll talk about it when Sam comes on the show. More importantly, what we were talking about before the microphones came on was that people don't realize how many times comics have bailed, like pulling into a show because of we were talking about parallel parking, and I said when I was in Los Angeles one time I was doing like this cool bar show, and there was a space right in front of the restaurant, and a couple comics I knew were outside smoking, and I pulled up, and I'm much better at parallel parking now. This was like 7 years ago. I got racked, and I was like, I'm out. And I just fucking drove away. And
sorry, I can't be a part of your show.
I can't do comedy anymore. I'm out. But Jay said that there's been times where you've like pulled up into a club and you're like, no, or just like driven around.
I've had that particular thing happen. The parking was so weird.
Yeah.
I remember going by, there was supposed to be a show in Camden, New Jersey at a place called Nights on Broadway.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, really.
And it was just, when I pulled up, there was nowhere to park anywhere near there, and I wasn't going to park even 2 blocks away in Camden at midnight.
Yeah.
For the one place, it looks like in the middle of war-torn Beirut.
Yeah.
There was just someone built a club in the middle of it, like a small little bar club.
That's great.
That whole city looks like a level of Tony Hawk. It's just different shit to grind.
That's a perfect way of saying it.
Christine's got teary-eyed when going through it like a fucking wiener.
Why?
It's depressing.
Yeah.
It's
she had Bruce Springsteen's My Hometown on repeat.
She's like, hell no, my name's Christine.
There used to be a jungle gym by the preschool. Now it's just horse.
When I'm driving with Jay to gigs, I cry. Dude,
every window's broken.
I used to do it every night. Coming back from Philly to go back to South Jersey for dropping off Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
I would go, and I would drive down that one strip because I was so tired. It'd be like 4 something in the morning, coming back from New York every night.
Yeah.
And I'd be out of it. Those guys, I just watched them sleep the whole ride.
Yeah.
And now I'm driving, I'm exhausted, and I would drive down there to keep me on my toes because you can't.
Yeah.
You can't get naughty at the wheel driving through there.
Picture Keith and Kurt just cuddled up in the back seat, snoring. You stink.
I had cops had to yell. Oh yeah, cops had to yell. I've had cops yell on their speaker for hookers to get away from my car and shit like that. It was weird.
What?
Such a crazy
It
place.
was great. She was like, "It's my cousin,"
Yeah, good.
and I was like, "Man, please don't drag me into this."
Jay's driving Kevin home.
There's a
hooker's out his window.
That's Camden, all right.
Yeah, there it is. How you just grind
But
the top of that building.
Wait, go back. Someone lives in a couple of those. People live in a couple of those.
Yeah.
I bet if you zoom in, there's a couple ghosts in those windows.
Say this, but some silent nights. Am I right? There's no crime in those neighborhoods.
Yeah, probably right. It's a terrifying place for sure.
You know what's
in New
hilarious?
Jersey.
When Fish plays there at the amphitheater.
And that's also funny where
there's
the
an
amphitheater is.
and everybody has to park.
Where in Philly?
No,
It's
in
South Jersey. It's Camden, New Jersey. You've probably been there before.
We did Impractical's Jokers there.
We
East
didn't
Center?
practice. That's Camden, New Jersey. We were.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. You don't forget when you drive through Camden because you're like, oh my god,
Son of a bitch. There's not even a Wawa in Camden.
Yeah, they're like, sorry, dude, we're just gonna have to skip on over.
Actually, remember there was that song. What's that song? Where you bring Wawa to the hood? Remember the girl makes the whole plea?
Oh yeah.
It's a Philly girl from she's like, bring a Wawa to the hood.
Yeah,
She was like, I understand you don't want to because we gonna steal shit and shit.
Yeah. But you're saying when Fish goes, everyone's got to park.
And they have to park like in the,
Yeah,
right in the heart of level 3 of Tony Hawk, and it's just so funny watching just these dready wooks just walking around setting up their tents.
They go, hey man, what's going on? He goes,
like
I get a tax, man. Give me a tax.
It's just ridiculous,
them
dude.
puka shells. Let's just bring no Wawa in the hood.
Let's seriously listen to Fish
Dude, I'll
and
tell
watch
you this.
that.
I wasn't here when you listened to this.
Most of them even got bathrooms. What? Word. All the employees wear uniforms and name tags. And don't be trying to squeeze everything in the same bag. You know that beige bag, swag, red lettering, damn near every kind you want, they got the medicine. And mad flavors when it comes to the coffee.
Yeah.
Cause every single day at Starbucks is too costly. But you can fill your tank up, grab some motor oil, aluminum foil, eggs hard boiled. They don't sell Lucy's and they called you for your stogies. Touchscreen order spinach toppings on my hoagies. But there ain't no Wawas in my hood, no doubt. Downtown South Street and U-Penn don't count. Plus we need them in the hood cause people trying to get jobs. But I ain't trying to blame them cause they ain't trying to get robbed. No Wawa, no Wawa in the hood. No Wawa, no Wawa,
No Wawa in the hood.
Sheets, pull up. Sheets, take the hood.
Sheets, go conquer the hood.
Dude, if Sheets went down, it was just fucking.
That's a power play.
And then if they did like the Popeyes marketing, which is like, you know when McDonald's got kind of racist with their marketing with like, black people. It was like always just black people eating McDonald's, and they're like, black people, this is for you.
It got a little.
Look at this black guy wearing
world.
it's like a black guy's wearing a button-down shirt and eating a Big Mac.
Oh my god!
With his children.
It's the first time you've seen like a black dude do one of those jump kicks, like an Irish guy, as in a McDonald's commercial. It's like ba-da-ba. But they should just do that with Sheets, where they're like, Sheets, it's for the hood.
There's a gospel choir in the back.
I like a McDonald's commercial where a black guy with a button-down shirt on is sitting with two children eating McDonald's, and as it more just pans out, you see like the government-appointed official that has to be there for their supervised visitation. and then you see the kids having to leave. They're big. I'm sorry, kid. Time's up. He goes, but our big. Let the kids finish the Happy Meals at least. I'm sorry, sir. You shouldn't have put your hands on that woman. Oh, you ain't got to say in front of the kids, do you? Damn,
Mr. Franklin. Mr. Franklin, I'm appointed by the state. Any problems with me, you take it up with the state. The first time I saw my parents together after they got divorced when I was 5 was my 6th birthday party at McDonald's.
Did they do a veiny handshake?
A
veiny handshake at first.
She goes, Gary.
Good to see you.
No, she goes, no, they did the Predator one. She goes, Gary Soder, you son of a bitch. She goes, Dan's Liquor's got you pushing too many pencils. He goes, Trish, you still got that goddamn iron grip.
The years have been good to you.
You salty bitch. You still got it.
My dad proposed to my mom in a filet-o-fish sandwich. That's where he hid the ring.
Really? That's dangerous.
Amongst tartar sauce?
Dude, he'd have to fucking karate punch her in the chest to get it out. So,
or if she said no.
He goes, Pyaw! It's like,
no, did you swallow it? Front kick.
Open the door kick.
Put your back against the wall, babe. Front kick. She's like, he goes, would you do me the honor?
So will you? You never said yes or
will
no.
Will you be Mrs. Fenoya?
Well,
ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
He goes, I know you've scratched your larynx with this ring, but
I'm pretty sure you have an internal bleeding in your esophagus.
I would love to.
I'd love to marry. The McDonald's by my mom's place in Aurora, right off, shout out 225 in Parker.
I know that.
It got turned into a dispensary. And it's like weird because I used to go to that McDonald's as a kid, and you check in the play place. And you're like, I'm gonna go buy a bunch of weed.
Just like praying the ball pit was still there.
Do you see the?
You could tell. Dude.
Do you see that it was a McDonald's?
Oh, 100%.
That's what's the awesomest thing.
If you bring up,
see,
it's a green solution on Parker Road.
I can't tell if it was one of the cartoon jokes, like a Family Guy or something, but someone made a reference to when you go to something.
It was Family Guy. It was the old Taco or old Pizza Hut or old Taco Bell. It was the old Taco Bell.
It's like a Meineke that you could tell, or like a muffler place you could tell was an old Taco Bell.
I'm pretty sure that was.
That's one thing I love about Morty's. There's no disrespect to it. I had a wonderful time in Morty's.
That second picture, you can tell that's the play place. Painted over. No, the one to the left. That one. That's it. So you can tell that's the play place.
Yeah.
And then the regular building, see how it starts? If you zoom in on the picture, you can see where it's clearly a McDonald's. See down, go down, see that right there?
Yeah. There's a drive-through.
Yeah, it was a fucking McDonald's.
Colorado's running out of green names.
Oh, the dispensary names suck now.
So terrible.
They're just like, green guy. I don't know, man. We got weed. We got a lot of weed.
Dr. Green Thumbs.
Gangrene. That's a bad thing.
Across the street from that is this place called Horizon. It's a hair salon. My mom used to go get her hair cut there.
Used to be at Denny's.
Used to get her hair there by her friend Jan, and I would always just hang out in that parking lot. So whenever I'm going to buy weed, I'm always like, 6-year-old Dan was just walking around a parking lot. Look at that.
I really love it. It makes a little bit of sense to me that you were a parking lot kid.
Oh hell yeah! I'm such a feral parking lot child.
I was in the store kid.
Yeah.
Where my mom worked.
Yeah.
My mom did rental tuxedos, and I would so it wasn't a lot of people coming. It was one of those. The staff just kind of hung out all day.
Yeah.
Waiting for the 4 people a day who come to rent tuxedos. But they, with no business and 4 employees, things happen there. I put, they have the outlets on the floor.
Yeah.
Definitely put a paper clip in there and fucking got the zap. I used to, by the way, you're going to hear a little bit more about this tomorrow on the Lost Tapes, but sort of perfected my bow staff skills with the canes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Shit, dude. And
wooden canes. And I had nothing but space.
Yeah.
To fucking master my skills,
and mirrors, so you could check angles.
And then I'd have to hold that cane when I would do little ring bear fashion shows. I was a ring bear in the fashion shows, yeah.
Really?
Dude,
tuxedo fashion shows. My mom had to go, and I'd be a ring bear. One time we had to leave to go pick my...
Fills my heart with such love.
One time we had to leave. This is great. One time,
the rings.
One time, and I think I got the story completely correct.
Yeah.
One time we had to leave a fashion. My grandmother came.
Okay.
And when we left, I'm still in my little tuxedo.
Mm-hmm.
We're driving back, and we had to go stop at a police station to pick up my aunt.
Okay.
Of my aunt and uncle who were at a time heroin addicts.
Okay.
We had to go pick up my aunt, her daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
Not my mom's brother.
Yeah.
The daughter-in-law, to pick her up from jail because she got caught, I think, fucking blowing a guy for drugs or something.
Awesome. Yeah. So you had to leave a fashion show.
Yeah. I'm like Nicki Minaj and what you got? I just bring ghetto right to the fashion show.
Dude, you're just getting in fights at Manolo fucking events. And
we got to go. I'm sorry. My Aunt Cheryl just blew a guy for drugs.
Turns out you blow a guy in a park in the daytime. It's a bad idea. Anyway,
my grandmother.
Dude, I love.
I had to drive home with my aunt fresh out of jail with cock on her mouth
and she went
itching for drugs probably.
She goes,
deliver her back to my uncle who's definitely itching for drugs and wondering why he sent her out to suck cock. Why is she not back with drugs yet?
She goes, not now. I need a Dr. Pepper and a shot of stuff.
Meanwhile, she's sitting next to Mr. Peanut.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there as a little tuxedo holding a cane.
Yeah. A little fat kid. A little fat kid holding a cane.
You're like
hello, Aunt Cheryl.
You're like, put on the rest.
Dude, you're like a David Lynch scene.
Yeah, really.
She just wakes up and you're like, hello.
She looks at me and I just go, I was a ring bear tonight.
She goes, huh? She goes, oh, not now, Jason.
I died in a hotel in the 1920s.
You go,
you're the only one that sees me.
I'm your conscience. She goes,
what? Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah. When you do heroin, you gotta suck some dick.
Or else you gotta keep a job.
Keeping a job. Giving a job. Keeping a... You being a store kid...
The most important thing at all is you get the dope in your veins.
Get good chunk out. You being a store kid makes a lot of sense. The only time I was ever a store kid was when my dad worked at Dan's Liquors in Mill Valley in the Bay Area, and he would just take me to work every morning, and I got to turn on the open sign, and that was like the payoff where I was like, we pulling it? Let's do it. And it was like, but then these homeless people just come in, and my dad was always like, it's so weird to know that he was a raging alcoholic, but he was shitting on these raging alcoholics because he's like, look at these fucking bums. And
can't even get a job bartending in a bowling alley.
And I didn't think it was weird that they were showing up at fucking 7:30, 8 a.m. to buy booze. You're just like, it's a store. People buy booze.
Where else do you get it from?
Yeah, but that was like...
You're an alcoholic.
And then I was just the kid that was in the liquor store, just in the corner with my wrestling toys, like, hey, mister, is everything falling apart?
How long was that?
Like 2 or 3 years. I go back there sometimes when I'm driving back from my grandma's. If I'm driving down 101, I'll like, pull off in Mill Valley and go to the liquor store and like buy a Gatorade.
Yeah.
Because you walk in and you're like, dude, I spent a lot of fucking time in here. And the first time I did it, I was like, I can't wait to tell the guy working there, like, I kind of lived here as a kid when I was like 7, 8, 9. I worked here every summer and winter. And I go in, it's just this old Asian man. And I go, I used to come here when I was a kid. He goes, what?
Buy some of you go.
I go, I used to come in here when I was a kid. He goes, what?
Scratch off?
I go, Gatorade. He goes, what? I was like, it was so deflating.
What, you want free Gatorade?
Yeah, no. He didn't even say anything.
Get out of here.
He said, yeah, 4 times. And I was like, I'll just...
You want him to care so much more than he did?
so much. He was so cold.
You're looking at the fucking thing, goes, he's parked my bike over there.
Then I looked at the corner because they moved the cash register to where it was in. Now it's in the corner. And I was like, I used to sit like over there. There was an arcade down the street. You care about none of this.
Dude, at this point, Christine's had the... I go... I ever show you my old school? She's like, yes. I'm like, it's right over there. She's like, I seen it last time.
Dude, that's what's great.
Did I ever show you the apartment? Did I ever show you the apartment I lived in right across from the house?
Twice
my grandmom's
today.
was right there. She's like, every time we come here. I don't know if have I taken you through. If the answer is yes to this, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because I just got a feeling. I was like, when we go to Philly next time, I should show Christine that shopping center at where I used to stay in that store. The store's not there anymore, but like that store spot is there.
Did he show it?
Yeah. I've toured all over. Remember how disinterested you were when I was trying to show you my stuff in my hometown?
I hold firm on all those things. I don't care about any of it. We used to have bonfires down. He goes, yeah, and you and your loser friends all barefoot 24 hours a day, smoking pot at 15. Congratulations.
It's like someone explaining a vacation. They go, I woke up. It was pretty chill. You want to see where I used to chill? I used to chill right over there. I used to chill right over there.
That was backup chill.
That was backup chill spot.
I was, not me. I was in the back of a Smalls formal wear storeroom waiting for the DJ my mom was boning to send out a request. My mom goes, this is for Jason doing his homework right now. It's Michael Jackson's Thriller.
That's the reason.
Here on B104.5, the beat of Philadelphia.
That's the reason we are who we are, though, is because it's just a string of short stories. We were like, and then a strange man came in and offered to take my father's life. And I stole a Playboy in the back. Marilyn Chambers. Shout out to Dan's Liquors for showing me who Marilyn Chambers was.
She was good.
Yeah.
I had a whole
Full Bush.
Dude,
And it doesn't. And Full Bush doesn't hold any. All you took from old porn was big flopping tits. You didn't get the Bush thing. You don't care.
I don't mind a Bush.
But it's not your thing.
It's not my politics. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to punch you.
It was all hair back then.
Marilyn Chambers. That was at Dan's Liquors. Was the
she is.
Young Marilyn Chambers was fantastic because she was the
behind the green door,
but Ivory Snow, like box cover girl. And she was so wholesome, they thought. And then she went and did a porno where she gets banged on a pool table by a guy who looks like Tony Danza. I'm getting hard just thinking about it.
Oh,
Angeler.
Did I tell you what I do?
I'm about the pop, Angeler.
So you know how I'm working with Samantha? Samantha. But that's what on Billions. Samantha Morton is on Billions now. And when we were lining up a shot, I was like, all right, you want me to look at Samantha? And I go, and because they're lining up the camera angles, I go, all right, that's Samantha, that's Angela, and that's Mona. and no one got, and then finally when the camera guy goes, are you doing Tony Danza? And I was like, I'm who's the boss in this shot?
I sure am. Maybe some of you assholes should listen to my show.
I go, it's a goddamn 4-day-a-week radio show. Little respect for your coworkers would be nice. No, but Marilyn, the rack of, I've told the story on the show before. She had
big tits.
Later in life she did. I told the story on the show, but there was like a rack of nudie mags at the back of the liquor store. 'Cause it's a fucking liquor store.
Yeah, of course.
There's like videotapes too. And I was 9.
3 for $10.
Yeah. And I was like...
Magazines.
Yeah, wild card in the middle.
With the black thing in the front, yeah.
But they also had Club International, Penthouses, Playboys. It was like all that.
Yeah.
And so my dad was like, working at a liquor store, so I just could do whatever. You know how it is. You're a store kid. You just do whatever the fuck you want. So I was running in the back, and then because there was a mechanic in the back, and I was friends with this kid, and I was coming through, and I was like, I'm gonna take a magazine. Like, I'm going to take a magazine. And I grabbed it, and I see my dad over the camera, the security camera, go, pal. And I was like, oh. I just fucking threw it. I was like, I just fucking jolted out the back. I was like, oh, shit. He never talked to me about it, but it was weird.
He's like, check it out. Don't ruin it.
Yeah.
We just gave you a good line.
You lease, don't buy.
My dad had a job cleaning off, like a night job cleaning offices, and we went, and they had lockers. And I was like, I'm going to go clean the locker room because I knew that there was porn in the lockers.
Really?
And I popped it open, and I was looking through it, and I'm like, just totally into it. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, freaked out.
My mom, sometimes a guy,
the bone up into the belt.
Yeah.
Walk around like helping.
Yeah.
I'll go pledge a desk with my bone.
My dick's never met my belt, but all right. Come on, you big heavy hang dick sons of bitches.
Sorry, dude. This is big dick talk.
Sorry.
Don't you just hate it when it's like one down one side of your leg and it tickles your knee?
And you feel it. It's like you feel it.
If I got to take one more girl to the hospital,
It's a Groundhog Day.
One of the guys my mom would have babysit me was a guy named Chaz.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He would let me. I think my mom had a crush on him. He's younger than my mom a little bit, but we're talking about my mom being
20.
No, but like 26, 27.
So was he like 21?
23, 24, maybe something like that. 23. Dude, I'm telling you, I went on a date with my mom with a guy who was wearing a Corey Feldman hat and rolled up sleeve blazer and had like a tail.
This explains everything.
And like he was wearing like the open tie.
You guys go
sort
to a
of thing. Like he was dressed like.
Did you guys went to a restaurant?
No, we went to like the New Jersey State Fair, the Pennsylvania State Fair or something.
Hell yeah.
And went on rides with this douchebag who's going on a date with a kid who's bigger than him.
That's so funny.
Hey, mister, can you win me something?
How old are you?
I don't fit on that one, asshole.
How old are you?
Young. I mean, like
8,
maybe.
Yeah, because I remember going to the Western.
8, yeah, probably like somewhere between. I would think that I don't have memories from being 7 or 8, but I must because my stepfather. You must because when my stepfather came around.
Yeah,
I was 10. And I just remember so much things before my stepfather, so I must have good fun.
Dude, my mom took me on a date.
I think the memories are too clear for what I see a 3 to 7 year old, or 8 year old or 9 year old being. When I meet them and see them, I'm like, they're not going to remember any of this when they're 15 years old.
Do. Yeah, I remember going to the Western Stock Show.
So I should stop molesting children?
Yes. That should stop immediately.
Should I stop molesting children? I always go 10 and under, I say.
You go, there's no thoughts. I go, Jay,
well, when did I remember my stepfather? 10. He goes, before that, I could have been getting teed off on by every man in my life.
You go, I'm pretty sure that's why everyone kept me around. I was just a little put out.
Little pincushion.
Yeah. You go, hey, mister.
I was like one of those tomatoes they just keep putting in the pincushions.
Come downstairs and you go, Mom, who's next? We got a waiting room.
I grew up around those pincushions. Those things, formal wear store, you got a hem shit.
You used to make friends.
Those fucking pins with the in the tomato. Yeah. It was like a big felt tomato.
Oh man, what did you probably got to have so much fun with the shit at a fitting store, like Canes.
Did you like make friends? Did you like make people and dance?
No, people talk to me, Mike. I was
picture you in the back.
I would go in the back a lot because I was listening to the radio and play G.I. Joes and stuff.
Hell yeah! But by the way, can I just say this as a former action figure player with her?
Yep.
How many great forts were in the back there?
Yeah, that must have been incredible.
I don't remember, but it might have been some great forts because there's definitely boxes.
Yes. You have all the things that when you watch a toy commercial, they have. Yeah. Which is like, professional shit.
Yeah, people manufactured just that organic spot that you were hanging out in.
And that's usually what every toy commercial is. They're like, look out, Cobra's coming. You're like, where's this kid get a lift like that? Who's fucking making these fake lakes for these kids in these toy commercials?
My mom let me.
Show it on some stairs.
My mom let me when I was a little bit older, in my early teens, build like in the garage downstairs because it was a duplex, but each person had a side of the garage, but the other lady didn't use the garage either.
Yeah.
So I got my grandmother bought me a half-size heavy bag.
Oh, yeah.
I hung that from it. And then I'm just putting down like sleeping bags and blankets. And when my friends stayed, we could stay down there in a cold, dark garage.
But how great
like subterranean garage with a little shitty TV. I mean, a black and white TV.
Yeah.
But it did take like Mario, a Nintendo.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I could put Nintendo on it, and my friends would come over and sleep over there. That was pretty cool. Never thought to bring chicks over, but I don't think they would have said yes.
No. But that was like, remember when I told you my dad's girlfriend in Lake County, Fat Neil, that kid? Fat Neil
That's
lived
not
in-
nice.
Fuck Fat Neil. Honestly, that fat-titted asshole.
Right.
He was such a piece of shit to me when I was a kid. Fuck
Right.
that guy. If you're listening, drive
Well, I
off
mean,
a
when you were a
fucking
kid,
cliff.
were you calling him Fat Neil?
Probably. I don't know. I was probably doing it in a voice. It was much more charming.
Guy was a dick coming back at me for calling him Fat Neil.
I go, my dad goes, this is Jeanette's son, Neil. I go, you're Fat Neil. He goes, I don't like this
He
kid.
goes, well, I've just been an enemy for life.
No. I called him Neil. I tried being his friend. He was a dick to me. We've talked about this. We've covered this on the show. That fat
But
titted-
fuck him.
Yeah, but fuck that kid. But he lived in a garage because he was a fucking moron and there was no insulation.
I shouldn't have
And I
stayed
was
in the
super
My mom
jealous
shouldn't
of
have
it.
let me stay on there either. But it's so funny. We didn't do anything, but we didn't do anything bad. I think compared dicks, that was probably the worst it got, is what you worry about your kids are doing.
Yeah.
Me and Buddy's definitely doing the old, like, let me check it out. And I'll
Yeah.
check yours out.
We bought a heavy bag and a boxing heavy bag at the Mile High Flea Market. And my mom, I was like, because I begged her, I was like, please, I'll fucking pay.
We got mine so I could punch out the gay after me and my friends compared dicks.
Yeah. You go,
Why?
Why does it? Why am I still so curious about more dicks?
I want to see more balls next time.
I want to see all the dicks. I want to see all the dicks.
Randy Henkin had a pig on him.
Randy Henkin.
Great name.
So skinny. Big
Great.
honker Jewish kid, but just a fucking wallop when we were way young.
Milton Berle, huh?
No shit. Impressive.
Uncle Milty, just fucking.
I saw him on Facebook now. He's covered in, he's got like red dragon tattoos and shit.
Yeah, and his wife's got a big old smile.
He's got like a mechanic exoskeleton thing, and he's like an MMA dude now. Or
Oh,
something
really?
Like that. Or just, you know, like I think I don't know, just trains it and stuff. I don't think he's like doing it. Or I mean, he's got to be 40 something now. But he's covered.
What if
like,
his dick
But he
didn't
got like
grow?
in shape and shit like that. If it didn't grow, he'd be fine.
Still.
I trade my dick for his 11-year-old dick.
He had man
right
hog
now.
as a boy.
Dude,
hairy?
dude.
It's a big old fat piece.
Dude,
Maybe
I
we were
remember-
older.
I remember,
Maybe we were 20.
I used, you know,
Was it Randy Henkin's dad?
Wait a second. Maybe that was Mr. Henkin.
You go, oh, Mr. Hankin in the backyard. Yep, I was away from the group. He got me. I was a straggler.
That's the same house I told you where we went up and he's like, my dad's got a gun. I found my dad's gun. And we went and looked at his dad's gun, and right next to it was the pocket pussy.
That's
and
so funny.
he put the gun away, and everyone's like, who goes first with the pocket pussy?
That's so great. By the way, you know how mad his dad would be if he found out a bunch of little kids fucked his pocket pussy?
Yeah.
He'd be like,
Just one
"God
did.
damn
We
it."
all realized after the first kid went that nobody wanted to go sing
But
this.
who
Oh,
did it?
because he fucking laid a jizz, and I don't remember who it was.
Oh, man. Because Jason.
Maybe me? I don't think so, though. I think I'd remember doing it. I would tell you if I did.
Jason Poyle showed me his mom's dildo because he was so blown away that he found it. He was like, dude, we were outside. He's like,
Look, a plastic mustache.
dude, he went like this. He was like, dude, you want to see what I found in my mom's sock drawer? And I was like, what is it? And then we went upstairs, and it was just like a dildo with like a little bit of pubic hair. I was like, ew. I'll tell you this.
There's pubes on it?
Stop me from ever looking for Christmas presents again.
I bet.
Because I was like, I ain't going into Trisha's room.
You're like,
I'll tell you
"Gross."
why you were so grossed out by that. You were so grossed out because I'm assuming this woman's looks goes along with a woman that would have a sock drawer.
Yeah.
Because you'd say your underwear drawer
I
before
don't
that.
know. I
Which is a
don't-
little say,
Unmentionable
Go into my
closet.
sock drawer. Go into my bloomer cabinet.
You get the thing that gets me there.
Undie Canyon.
Yeah, go into my Spanx vault.
Yeah. Dude, that's so funny. I had to go to.
There's nothing worse than finding awful looking mom's sex stuff in the house.
Yeah, because you're like, oof. You don't want to think about that. You want to think about the hot mom stuff, and then you're like, oh, what?
I think my my friends found something in my young mom. They would have been like pretty amped up.
They would have been pumped.
Probably. Yeah.
Trish.
I so weird. I can't even retroactively look back at my mom like that. But a woman who was for sure a size 0 with massive cans,
Yeah.
had to be amazing for kids.
Trish showed my buddy Byron a tit by accident, and he hasn't stopped laughing about it.
You
And
saw
we're
your
30
mom's
She
tit
gets a
once?
Christmas card still every year.
It was middle school, and it was like we were smoking cigarettes or whatever, and I smelt like cigarettes. So I'm like, dude, I can't go back up to my room. I like left something up there. I'm
Right,
like,
right.
you got to go up there. My mom was like, it was home after work, and she'd gone to the gym, so she was like in the shower or whatever, and then Byron has this really high pitched laugh. He's still one of my close friends, and he comes downstairs and he's like, we're like 13. I was like, Byron, what happened? He goes, I saw your mom's boob. He starts laughing, and I'm like, how'd you see my mom's boob? And he goes, she came out of the shower and she heard a noise because she thought we left, and Byron ran back upstairs, and she came out of the bathroom and it was like that, and her tit was out. She's like, ah, like that, and Byron just saw one titty.
That's
Dude,
so great.
it was like one of those things where for a week on the bus on the way to school, another person would find out, and they'd be like, Byron saw your mom's tits? And you're like, dude, she saw one tit. She's coming out of the shower.
And you didn't kill yourself. You see, you're fine.
I rebounded great.
Who gives a shit? I don't know if anybody saw.
Now I'm into one tit porn. I'm just kidding. Now I can only watch porn where the girl has one tit. It's pretty fucked up.
It's pretty deep. It went pretty
I am
deep.
on the dark web buying things I am not proud of.
I never saw a friend's mom naked at all. My friend Ed, I think his mom came down. Definitely, she would wear like a T-shirt that was barely covering her pantied ass, and that was pretty good.
Byron heard
she was a good-looking lady.
Byron heard Joe blow my mom's back out a couple times.
Oh, that's rough.
I heard friends' parents having sex and sleepovers.
But also Joe. So it was, you know how you had a Joe, I had a Joe. Byron had a Joe, a stepdad named Joe. So he was like, oh, he goes, oh man, this is the way he said it.
This kid sounds awesome,
dude. Byron's the shit. He's a commercial electrician in Colorado. He's fucking. He did it, and he goes like this. He goes, oh man, I think Joe's fucking your mom. And I'm like, dude, shut up. Let's go outside and smoke. And he's like,
he's not, man. You smoke when it's over.
Dude, he thought it was so fucking funny.
Christine, bring up. There's a video online you can find of two young girls listening to one of them parents fuck. It made the rounds for a while. Do you remember that video at all?
Dude, it was
like two young white girls hearing their mom like get fucked.
What's really funny is the reaction I would always, because I heard it a lot, because like where the TV was right under their room.
Yeah, she was insatiable.
That woman was cock crazy for Joe. I don't know if he drank a lot of pineapple juice, whatever it was. Those two were humping. But something that I would do, I remember watching Monday Nitro, specifically watching Monday Nitro, WCW, and I'm like watching it, and you just hear like the bed, and I go, okay. And then it goes again, and I go, all right. I would just say that. I go, all right. I was just like fucking 13, like, shut the fuck up. And then we put the TV in the other room.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I can't listen to you guys.
I was like,
plasters coming down.
But by the way,
me for 4 years in the East Village living with these two.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
you just hear it all the time?
Simpsons louder and louder and louder.
Dude, whenever I hear whenever I hear Vecchione fucking, I've said this multiple times, but it's the best description. It sounds like Terminators fighting. Because it's just like, and there's like no like moaning. It's just like,
I pictured it would be like positive 80s movies music. You're always the best, and you're always the man's
when you're gonna get fucked, then you're gonna go down.
History repeats itself.
Dude, sometimes
it's just the girl. Watch these girls listen to their mom fuck. Never mind.
Yeah, that's gross. Never mind. It's
taking his socks off.
Cool. No, it's fine.
History repeats itself.
Here we go. Nope. There it is.
What childhood?
Goddamn right, Corey. I was watching you, buddy. Your movies are the ones that drowned it out.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah.
How many times I have to turn the Lost Boys
I've heard
out?
my mom and Joe fucking a few times, but they would like. You could tell when they were retiring early to fuck.
Yeah.
Also, you know what
By
I
the
mean?
way, is that such a weird thing? Because I think like you kind of pick up the hints when you're old enough, where you're like, oh, dude, my cousin Luke was always like, yeah, like talking about my aunt and my uncle. He's like, they put on this weird music.
Yeah,
because I think one time he was over, I was like, dude, we're sleeping in the basement tonight. He's like, the basement's scary. I was like, we're sleeping in the basement.
It's gonna be scarier upstairs.
They're drinking pintfuls of fucking screwdrivers at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Joe and Trish are going to be loud.
They got
tonight.
The bladder out of the Franzia box.
Oh, dude, they fuck Franzia. I said this on my AYL football games. My mom would bring a fucking thermos full of rum and cokes, and her and Joe would just get
gangster.
Tossed.
Dude, when the opposing team was rounding third, she'd give him one tit flash.
Kid would trip. Running back. A running back gets pushed out of bounds, and she goes, "Hey, good run."
Is that the dishes tit clip? Whoa!
That's when I hit
tumble sauce.
She goes, "One." She goes, "That's right, Danny boy. I go low, you go high."
Make the throw to third, baby.
Yeah.
There you go, boys.
Do we have the video?
No, I'm trying to find it on a different platform because WorldStar's not working.
Damn it,
your platform's not working.
Let's take our first break. We're 38 minutes into the show.
Okay.
Don't yell at me, dude.
I'm not. I'm agreeing with you aggressively.
I'll show you my boob.
All right.
One of them.
One tit.
Just one out of the shower, quickly.
One tit Miller.
Dude, if I tell Byron about that, he will be like...
This is it? Oh, this is great.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Let's listen to it. Or should we come back with it?
No, let's listen right now.
Little Doritos plug.
Oh my god. You gotta be very quiet. My mom is yelling fucking and you can hear something.
My mom's fucking her boys.
Yeah, Mom.
She's getting wailed.
Yeah.
Make that man some eggs, ladies.
Get down in the kitchen.
He's doing some work for your mom. You guys are going to have an easy weekend.
Did you ever hear me and Christine fucking like?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Legit, yeah?
Absolutely.
Heard us actually
many times.
Really? I'm surprised by that.
Let's come back and talk about this.
Okay.
So many
Because
times.
We'll take our
I've heard
first break.
Vecchione, but I've never really thought that Vecchione's definitely heard me fuck. That's so
for
weird.
sure.
Let's go to break.
All right, we'll go to break. We'll be right back. We're hanging out with Mike Fenoya.
It's the Bonfire.
Hello, gang. Have you ever spent a night on 100% organic cotton sheets? If you have, you've probably never slept better in your life. Bowl and Branch makes the softest, most comfortable 100% organic cotton sheets you will ever sleep on, because they only sell them online at bowlandbranch.com. Their sheets cost less than half the designer brands and are twice the quality. Are you rocking yours yet, Dan?
Yeah, they're great, dude. And what I like is I washed them.
Yeah, I was going to ask
and
you
then
to
they
wash
got
them.
like better.
Like right away. After the first washing, they're even better. Yeah, I love it.
I was saying, the first washing, I put them on immediately because I'm garbage, and then I washed them after I like.
No, so do we. I did the same.
yeah.
I'm an idiot too. I can't wait for a whole wash cycle. I want those creases. Well, not just Dan, but guess what? 3 U.S. presidents also agree.
Oh,
you will
that's
not
right.
believe how comfortable 100% organic cotton sheets can feel. Is there a president here?
I got my head blown off, but the night before I slept on very comfortable Bowl and Branch sheets.
That's not controversial at all.
Oh no, I screwed up the line.
He's not actually here to. He's not actually here to defend. We're all good. Some senators, I guess, also.
Yeah.
I drove a woman into a river and escaped, and I slept like a baby that night on Bowl and Branch sheets.
I did a lot of dirt for this country.
Well, buy them now and use promo code Bonfire because they're not going to be advertising with us for long.
I took secrets and slept great on my Bowl and Branch. Great pillowcases.
Donald Trump sleeps without a care in the world nightly on Bowl and Branch sheets.
It's great. It's great sleep.
It's good sleep.
Good sleep.
I
great
believe in this
sleep.
company.
I had a lady from my office come by.
Nothing gets interns wet like Bowl and Branch
Bowl and Branch is
sheets.
for the interns.
Is Jacob on the ceiling yet?
Yeah.
Don't just take their word for it. Here's what Bowl and Branch is offering. This is genuine. They're offering you a risk-free, month-long trial. If they're not the most comfortable you've ever slept on, you can send them back for a refund. Plus, if you order right now, you're going to get $50 off. This is probably an extremely limited time offer. So I'd say do it right now before word gets back about this commercial. Your first set of sheets, you'll get $50 off at Bowl and Branch with bowlandbranch.com promo code Bonfire. Spelled B-O-L-L and branch.com, promo code Bonfire. One more time, bowlandbranch.com, promo code, Dan, time's running out.
Bonfire!
Yes.
Hey campers, we just got hooked up with awesome new security cameras so we can watch everything while we're at home or while we're away.
Hello, roommate butts.
Yeah, Vecchione. I see how you're walking from the bathroom to your room when I'm not around.
Man, you should do peel on it, right?
He really does. I'm actually worried about it. Because what they are is they're motion-activated video cameras. When they detect any movement, boom, alert to your smartphone with a clip of what it saw. So even if you're into, as we said, ghost hunting, this is perfect. Right when the ghost trips off the camera, you're at a nice restaurant, but you also just found paranormal activity.
It's upsetting in case you want to make sure you're home safe, or if you want to stare obsessively all day at work and see if a door opens by itself.
Which it could happen if you will your mind to it. Best part, Blink is wire-free and runs on batteries, so there's no installation. Keep an eye on everything when you're out. With no subscription and no contracts.
My house is safe, but a Ouija board just caught on fire on my coffee table.
It turns out that the door opens then slams right as I leave, but I've been gone for a while. You get 3 blink cams for way less. And not only that, we're going to do extra 15% off. Visit blinkprotect.com/bonfire. blinkprotect.com/bonfire. blinkprotect.com/J.
Bonfire?
Yep, that's right. You did it. We all did it.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
J.
Ba-doop, boo.
Ba-doop. Bon. It's the best. It's the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder. That's Big J. Oakerson. Joining us, Mike Fenoya, the world's amigo, and fresh in the studio, this is awesome, his Comedy Central Hour Special, Positive Influence, premiering this Friday, September 14th at 11 p.m. Eastern. Sam Morril. Sworn enemy of Joe Mackey, protector of funny.
Sam, Jacob said that he loaded your special into the system this week, and he couldn't say enough great about it.
Oh,
it's
thank
fantastic,
you, man.
So
Yeah,
everyone looks forward to watching it Friday night.
Man.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. If you have, just DVR it Friday night, 11 p.m., and then just save it. You can watch it. Because you get the ratings, right?
Yeah, and they replay it Sunday at 11:30, and then it's going to be on ComedyCentral.com.
And then it's gone forever, Sam. Take it from my word for it.
You're looking at
and
welcome
it's
to
gone forever.
We are the ghost of Christmas future.
Let me finish. It's no cable login necessary. September 30th through November 30th.
Hell yeah.
So you can watch
That's
it
awesome.
online.
That's awesome. Yeah, they didn't do that for us.
The clock's ticking.
For
and
those
then
of
it's
you,
a wrap.
please go watch Jay and I's Hour Specials live at Webster Hall.
You can
And-
find them. It's at relics.com.
Mine is go buy a Betamax and then write Comedy Central a letter.
They said my only copy of mine is on Laserdisc.
The guy, Comedy Central goes, no, Dan, it's cool that they can't see it.
It's a visual album, man.
Yeah, like no one knows it exists. It's like a secret album.
Yes.
It's iVinyl.
It's more exclusive.
No, dude, positive. I'll tell you this, man. I missed it because I was on the road. I missed the taping, and everyone that was there was like, it's fucking awesome, dude.
Thanks,
Sam
man.
killed. So I'm
was a
super
good time.
pumped. You filmed it in Brooklyn?
Yeah, it was like 2 blocks from the Barclays Center. It was this place called Roulette, man. It looks like there's a view of the Empire State Building, but it's just like an art weird thing. But
Yeah.
it looks freaking cool.
Yeah, there it is.
Awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, man. That looks
Just
fucking great.
The trailer has more jokes than most specials now, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
I hear the term post comedy a lot now.
I believe.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing here.
Wonderful argument. Yeah. Just trying to make points, man.
Dude, you came in. If you stay till 7 to 7:30, we do our weeping half hour.
Well, look, my story is bigger than comedy, but
It is.
Also, I like to sprinkle in a punchline here or there.
So I don't
Here
know.
or there.
Crazy shit about Sam. You met Annie, my girlfriend Annie.
Yeah.
When I first moved to New York, my girlfriend Annie was like, "There's this guy in my writing class who's a stand-up comic." And I was like, "Still an open micer, so you're like smelling butts."
Yeah.
What's his name?
How funny is he? He goes, extraordinarily funny.
She goes, I mean, he told me one joke and he made me come harder than you ever have with your penis. I go, ow.
Guy. It.
Ow.
It was weird how hard she came when I
Yeah,
told her.
it was. But I will say this: she's a jokeophile. She's a humorphile. That's her fetish.
She was a nice person. I remember.
Yeah, Annie was great, but I remember her saying that, and then me and you were on a show. You right here in Times Square. You guys had like a theater,
Sage Theater, man.
The Sage Theater.
Now it's LOL Comedy Club.
Yeah, look at that. You knew greatness before it was there.
You saw something in that place.
But
Now you might get shanked and pay $18 for a cranberry vodka. So.
But it's just crazy to know that. And then now we're sitting here, promoting your special. It's fucking awesome, dude.
I remember the first time I saw Soder, he had this. I mean, I had heard he was. I think you were doing check spots at like Times Square Arts Center, and I
Hell
wasn't
yeah.
even at check spots yet. I was like, oh my god, he's getting check spots.
That was when Jay and I first became like real good friends and hanging out all the time. It was Times Square Arts Center.
Remember why?
Yeah, because we'd sit outside. It's pretty illegal and
Completely illegal, I believe. But there was some genius at Times Square Arts Center where they fog out the bathroom windows that lead to the outside on 43rd Street or whatever, and some genius who works there, I don't know who it is, but I will always credit him. He scratched off all the fog on the bottom part of the window, and it was very obvious. Do you know what I mean? And you could stand outside and just watch chicks go and not do anything. You just see in the motion of them like pulling down bands and sitting down, and then we just sit there and watch because if they were there long enough, you're like, they're dropping a shit.
It's one of those
That's
things
the
where
plot of a Law and Order SVU.
I really think it is. It's also someone that just moved to New York and was doing
Smoke
check
cigarettes.
spots. I go, this is comedy. I go, all right.
Let me show you the ropes,
When
kid.
he stops, I'll stop.
Dude, I remember being outside the Times Square Art Center and smoking a cigarette in between check spots, and Tracy Morgan pulling up in a Lamborghini, and all I heard was, "Yeah, I'll take a picture with you." That's all I heard. And he had a fucking low jack on, and he got out, and these people were like, it was his security was driving, and he was in the passenger seat. He took a picture, and I was like, "Is he gonna?" And then he just left. I was like, he was in front of a comedy club, and he just drove off.
You probably didn't even know he was in front of a comedy club.
Swear to God, he didn't. He had no, and I was still fresh to New York, where you do that thing where you're like, I'm going to talk to him.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him I'm a comedian.
It's going to change everything.
I'm going to tell him, hello, I'm Dan. I'm Dan. I'm a comedian. And he's like, oh, all right, yeah, okay. And he went around the grate and then got in the Lambo. It was on 8th Avenue. Just fucking took off.
That's when he was irresponsible with his purchases pre-Walmart money.
Free. That's an important time.
Vecchione had the best line because I remember Times Square Art Center. Remember it got turned into a
Haunted house. Still
And
is.
So Vecchione said it got turned into a haunted house, but then again, it always was.
Yeah. Dude, it was haunted. That was an old strip club. When it was... when
It was just an awful place.
Dude, when it was, they had that back room. They had that back comedy club room. So they had the main one and then the back one. They said that room was haunted. Like the staff several times was like, that shit's haunted. And I had my backpack in one of those rooms. And
I mean, you got it was cold.
Dude, I promise you, man. It was one of the scariest shit. I walked to get it and the door just slammed shut. And I was like, oh, fuck. Okay. Like that shit happened. And I was like, fuck. And my backpack was still in there. I was like, fuck. Opened the backpack, grabbed that shit, and bolted. Like no shame in that. I was like, what the fuck? And I was drinking, so I was like half in the bag, and I'm like,
probably explains a lot of it.
Shut up. Go surreal, Jay.
You was
shut up.
The fucking.
It really seems weird. You've had this paranormal encounter, and you've mentioned it now for the first time ever on the air.
I've told you that.
I think I remember the time you told me that a ghost stopped you from getting your book bag.
You're just afraid go surreal, dude.
Your knapsack.
You're just afraid go surreal.
I didn't know your go bag was going to be behind the door with a ghost.
Dude, if you have to do it when the apocalypse comes,
I hope there's no ghost in the apocalypse.
Sam, it wasn't a ghost; it was Freddie Roman.
Before you came in, Sam, we were talking about our moms getting banged. That's why we played that sweet song to come in with.
You were raised by a single mom, right?
Well, she married when I was 7, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So no, it was a couple years.
Couple of years?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, our moms were so broken.
Did you hear her date? Did you know? Do you remember your mom dating at all?
No, I was too young for that. But I remember when. No, I didn't experience. You guys, I know you have that joke about it.
I mean, both of us
lived
that. That was the lives.
Several years
of watching it. I watched my mom
never had sex. So
Your mom never.
Your
did?
mom's an angel.
No.
She was an immaculate conception.
all 4 of us.
Yeah, I watched my mom go through several waves of free agency.
Oh man,
that's how I like to call it.
So DJ Lou told me we should hang.
She got
in with
franchised
this,
once.
We should hang in with this video of these 2 girls listening to one of their moms getting fucked behind a door because they said it gets
crazy,
far more obnoxious.
Because we heard them, and Jay and I were recommending that they make this man breakfast for being such a good guy to her mom, because she is enjoying it. Here you go. Go back a little. There you go.
I'm a poop.
Oh, is she talking to her?
Are you girls laughing at Mama getting their puss blown?
She goes, hold on, Blake, stop. What are you guys laughing at? Or she gives her the Nina Hartley from Boogie Nights. Don't stop, studs.
My wife's got an ass in her cock on the driveway.
Does it get worse?
I think it does.
These 2 assholes will stop snickering.
It's the Blair Bitch Project.
Right? Burn,
motherfucker.
There's eating chips.
oh my god. Well, at least she's getting fucked well.
Yeah.
They're like, Papa?
It's got to be one of their moms, and the other one's like, this is super uncomfortable now.
Get it, girl?
Okay.
There we go.
If it's her, she's going to be smoking cigarettes within the week.
Yeah, they're both stripping right now. They're at Shotgun Willie's.
What are they falling apart at right here?
Is it the first time you ever heard this?
I mean, this guy is giving her the biz.
This guy's got incredible shape.
This is what me and Dan Calloway would do, Jay, outside your door when I lived with you.
Oh, what? Go back.
Oh, wow. now he's turning it up.
Wow, right here.
Her face. You can see it in her face. I'm going to come
Here we
again.
go. I'm going to come again.
Yeah. Wow. I just want to see a full-grown moose walk out of the room.
She's going to come out. She's just going to go, Carol Ann, can you get my knee brace?
Yeah. Where's the icy hot?
Wait, back up.
3 mountain lions.
Whenever they melt down, I always want to know what it is.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Comes.
You just imagine if I go.
Wow. I'm gonna come, you hear him?
Did the guy say he's going to come back that up? I want to hear that.
Yeah, he goes, I'm gonna come. He goes,
Back
I'm gonna
up. Tell your daughters to get away from the door.
Ladies, you're about to listen to a pistol fire. Oh, God. I got one in the hole.
Is this it right here?
Yeah.
There it is.
I know, I'm just saying. I'll get you something.
I would.
Bye.
I have a feeling this is the kind of family, though, the mom comes out and goes, were you bitches out here laughing at my fucking pussy getting smashed up?
You knew I was. It was date night. You two little bitches
You
knew
little
what I was
fucking
doing.
whores.
I'll tell you this right now.
Anyway, here's $20. Go to Taco Bell and load us up.
I would have hired. Walk through the drive-through, princess. I would have paid for both of their colleges if one of them would have kicked open the door right when he goes, I'm gonna come.
Are you?
Mommy. He's like,
I want a brother.
brother.
Hold their ankles up. I want a brother.
Dude, that would have been the fucking best.
God damb, dude.
I mean, that, by the way, I never heard, thank God I never heard shit like that.
I'd have intervened. I'd be like, Mom, there's friends here. I have to live in this town, you bitch.
Dude, my mom would be like, did the rapture happen and take Dan? I would have just been,
Yeah, you
I would have
go-
been a feral animal.
You'd be living in Colorado Springs with a high and tight right now.
Oh, just be like, the Lord is my fucking family.
Did any of you guys walk in on any of that ever?
No.
I walked in on my mom
I
and Joe
heard.
once but I didn't see anything. It was undercover. So
Yeah, I heard.
my mom's feet were coming out of both sides of the blanket.
No.
Oh man! Holy shit!
That's what I forgot to tell you guys. We were talking about. You told the story of one of your friends seeing your mom's tit once when you were
Yeah,
younger.
Byron saw my mom's left boob.
So when I went back a few years, I apologize if I told this before. When I went back a few years ago to, it's right when we started doing Legion of Skanks.
Yeah.
I went back to my mom's and found in my old room a bag of little Super 8 tapes that show you, like, and that's all of my old comedies. When I first started doing comedy, I would tape it. I have me and Kurt and Kev and Touré and all these guys on there. And I brought him over to Lewis's apartment when he lived in Gramercy.
Yeah.
And we sat down and I started going through these tapes. I finally found an adapter at Best Buy. You could put them in, and brought a VCR over. It took such an ordeal to play a tape these days. And I play, and we're going through them, and you see a couple old funny things. And then one of them in the middle of the comedy, it just goes, we have to fast forward. It's like 15 minutes of my little brother when he was little, filming himself playing like a WWE, WWF like video game on Nintendo 64
The
or
best
something.
video game ever.
No mercy.
The greatest. Soder and I have a friendly rivalry.
Yeah. And then it cuts again, like something else got recorded over it, and it's my mom's back. You can see like no shirt on, but it's like she's wearing pants, and my step pop goes like, you see my step pop go, tear. And she turns around, it's her boobs. I'm sitting there with Lewis and Dave, and there's and she turns around, it's her boobs, and you see her Joe go, and she goes, stop. And then it just cuts off again. I'm
So
like,
funny.
and I was in the middle of like,
Wow.
Oh, I remember this guy's name was Beefy Funny.
Yeah.
Wait, what's this? My brother filmed over some. Oh, my mom's tits. Everyone. Oh, and there's Kurt.
Oh my
And
god.
there's back to a Kurt set.
And he goes, thank you. Anyways.
Anyway,
What's up,
thank
boy?
you.
So funny, yeah. Dad, and then your mom, stop it, Joe.
And you see Joe go, ha ha.
That's great.
I walked in on my parents once, and it was the dumbest. Like I think Tino Martinez just hit like a big home run. I ran in, and I was like, Tino went deep, and my dad just and he's like, oh, he just rolled off and just like looked really sad.
Yeah, he's like,
Tino went deep. Mr. Burrell went deeper.
yeah, Dad, round the bases.
Tino just hit a home run.
home wrecker. I thank God I never walked in because I think that's like there's got to be horrific walk-in stories. You're just like come home early and your parents are banging in the living room and you're like,
I think more than seeing them fuck, it'd be more jarring to see your mom like pull her head up from like sucking dick. That would be a weird. Like, just even over you think you just see some guy in your apartment with his arm over the couch, and you go, "Excuse me, sir." And your mom goes, "Hey, this is Rick."
The Avon makeup you bought her for Christmas, dripping down your face.
dude, you just
She's still wearing the ring you bought her at a deli.
You go, oh, Mom, I bought that at the school store.
I won that at the fair.
Dude, but you just made the funniest noise ever for her getting off the dick. She goes, hey,
Yeah.
oh, hey.
What's up? This is Randy.
Pizza
rolls?
Oh, hey, there he is. What's going on? It would be funnier to catch your dad eating pussy.
You see Randy looking back and doing a bunch of like shoulder shit while he's like, he goes, "What's up, kid?" He goes, "Yeah, your mom's been talking about you a lot. She's been speaking right into my pink microphone."
Yeah, but your dad, you walk in, you go, "Miss, can I help you?" And he's like, "Hey, buddy, there he is." Oh,
What's
fuck.
up, Hallie?
Didn't hear you come
You come
in.
over, he shakes your hand left-handed and swipes you with the other hand. He goes,
It is the funniest 180 from just being rock hard, like suck it, and then your kid walks in like, Steven, no.
Yeah. You're just like this. You're like, oh, God, yeah, you're such a dirty little pig. Hey, bud. Hey, buddy.
my little brother at that age.
Yeah. You doing blowjob noises? Yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh, hey, guys.
Hey, we're still on for catch tomorrow, right, buddy?
My little brother at a very delicate age of could tell, could forget 2 minutes later.
Well, I mean, you didn't think anyone earlier than 10 had memories.
True. Well, I was. It's true.
Just now he realized.
Well, if I was, let's say I was 17.
Yeah.
Because it was the girl I lost my virginity to. But so I was 17, so which would have made him 6.
Okay.
So he was little.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what he would say or not say. And he came in when I was watching it one time. I was eating that girl's pussy on my bed.
Yeah.
And it's one of I don't know how long it was. It was just like, and you find the other thing when you look up, you're like, nah, you love it. And you see a kid there holding like a bear by the hand. Like, you just gotta go. And he goes, "Hey, bud, what's up?" He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." He goes, "We were wrestling. You know how much we love wrestling." I just kept calling out wrestling all day long. Kept hammering home wrestling.
You go wrestling.
The word wrestling.
You go, only wrestle her if she's really nice. To this day, he's like, I'll wrestle you right now. She's
So
like,
wait, the girl I lost my virginity to, I knew she was giving hint from wrestling. She told me she liked to wrestle. She would be like very rough, weird, like playful. She was 22. I was 17.
Yeah, great.
And she was like, and she was like rolling around in my mom's like kitchen. No one was home, like being a little too rough. Where you're like, all right, lady. But everything she was doing, she kept showing that she was wearing like Umbros, basically, but with no underwear. So she just kept basically showing me her pussy, and I'm like, am I supposed to do something? I don't know what to do.
I'm such a scared young boy.
I was a virgin still.
Green light?
And then she ended up taking my virginity. Yeah, but like
She threw you in a full
not
Nelson?
that night. Yeah. Took my virginity anally.
She went, this is called the Boston Crab, fatso. Popping you back at it.
My mom called
This is how
me
girls like their
full-blown.
tits sucked. You go sucking mine. Stop! Stop, lady!
You like tit fuck, huh?
You love that? You like the nips cranked?
Doing the push-up slap. Wait, your mom caught you
My
boned
mom,
up?
yeah, my mom walked in on me fucking my girlfriend in high
What?
school, doggy style, big time.
Mom!
Pulling her hair, fucking slap. It was crazy. What? And she was standing
This
in the
ain't
doorway.
the kitchen, bitch! Is that what you yell? That sounds like Connecticut response.
He just says, I'll be right down, mother.
Yeah, right.
Almost finished.
Yeah, fucking
I'll
right.
talk about this with you later on the docks.
Just fucking her, you're like, Bridgeport, what?
Yeah, Waterbury. He's nailing it. Yeah, she was just standing in the doorway.
She went, Michael.
Just horrified.
She went, Michael, Good stroke.
She goes, if you
Tell your father
plant
what you're
one foot,
doing.
you get a little more torque.
She goes, oh, she likes her hair pulled. Well, should be welcome in this family. How are you doing? We'll be downstairs for tea shortly.
Does any guy in here at all like their nips fucked with? I
No.
don't like it at all. But I will bet you. No, not
Fenoya just
I was
raised his
gonna.
hand.
I was gonna. Do you? I was gonna guess Black Lou. A lot of
things I
black
like
guys
less.
I know are into nip play, but I'm not into it even.
I'm
sort
not
of.
at all. Sam?
Not my thing. No, there's
But Mike-
things I like. That's not.
I don't
my thing.
mind it.
Here's the weirder thing. Christine wants to crank my nips for some reason. I don't know why she wants. No,
Yeah,
I get,
that's the thing,
I
man.
get.
Chicks
I
like
get when
doing it.
when I get when I'm over. They're perfect cones leading towards her mouth
Oh
into
my
a funnel
God.
style.
Have you
It's wearing a
Is there a
Madonna
traffic
bra.
jam? What's going on?
have you ever had? I've had just a girl like go for it, and you're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But she's like, she tries to like amp you into it, like, no, and you're like,
You're like, I hate this.
Yeah.
please stop doing this. Please stop.
I'm
Please.
not, no pain stuff with sex.
No,
Not even a
me
little bit.
Yeah.
I don't like too hard biting.
Nah.
None
I'm
of
a
it.
peaceful lovemaker. I don't like any of that
Yeah,
shit.
right. I'm not trying to hurt nobody.
Yeah.
I'll put a little hand on the throat, but I'm definitely not choking you.
Yeah,
more
like
for
the hand on
balance.
the hand on the throat. Listen, that's fine. But again, if applying pressure is asking a lot of a man of my size.
Oh, dude, I had a girl ask me to
Tell me
hit
about
her.
the rabbits, George.
Yeah, I crush. I say that on stage. I have too much of mice and men energy. I might get into it and be like, and then I'm like, fuck.
I had a-
Go, George.
What the fuck?
Did it again.
I had a girl ask me to hit her, and so I gave a very light thing, and she goes, "No," she goes, "Fucking hit me," and I just went, "No."
Yeah.
Like I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy for it. I don't know. I'm just like,
There's no
what does
good
that
ending
mean?
to
What's
this story.
Yeah, what's in between?
Dude,
I don't
you're
know.
like-
Yeah,
Like,
how do you
Dude,
even?
what kind of psychopath is like, yeah? She's like, yeah. She's like, all right.
We're doing this? We turning this page?
brings it down to brings it
Starts cracking
Starts doing elbows.
ground and pounding her.
She's like,
Breaks out some tape, just
she
bites
gets
it
you.
with her hand.
She gets you in a triangle while you're eating her out. She's like,
Oh, that's
When did
arm
this
in.
become,
She's
like-
got that deep.
When did
Yeah.
this become part of sex? Just like the violence. When did that become?
I don't know.
It's this new generation of
get-
like.
they really are. They're like, hey, how about this? Do you guys want to bare knuckle box for 13?
I'll tell you
rounds?
why. I'll tell you why. It's very easy to see gangbang pornography at probably 9 years old.
Yeah, when
That's
we
why.
had,
I think that's why it is.
Desensitization.
when we had
Yeah.
like a deck of cards you found in the woods, they have everything now.
Yeah.
My mom was like,
Testing.
"You're not renting Wild Things." Now this generation's like fucking
exactly.
watching 8 dudes on one.
Dan has the, and I mean, I think it's a gift of still being able to like, he can jerk off to like bikini pictures.
Well, that's you
of
got to
girls.
train yourself to
that's-
still see the beauty in the little.
Yeah.
But you
I see the
remember when-
beauty in that, but I definitely don't think it's like a jerk offable thing.
Well, I don't like come to the thought of them just being in a tasteful bikini. It goes
No, I
somewhere
know,
else
but
in
even
my head.
I know, but you take it to your head too much. I'm
Like,
like,
ooh, a two-piece.
you know what? I bet if I Google for 8 seconds, I could find a girl that looks just like her getting double anal.
But it's not her.
Huh?
But it's not her.
Well,
It's
who's
gotta
that
be
chick?
her.
But who's that?
gotta
one?
But remember,
Yeah,
like
you
when
heard.
movie
No,
scenes,
that's-
like there's no movie scenes now that you're like, oh my god. Like I think back in the day, Basic Instinct, that was shocking.
deal.
But like now, you're like, there's
Roadhouse.
there's no broad movie that you're like, oh my god, did you see that scene?
Well,
Yeah.
they do, but they're like indie flicks that now some of them have like full
Straight up.
real penetration,
Yeah.
cum shots. Like
That
real,
was-
like,
Which
very-
movies?
That
Which
was
one-
the eventual shark jumping where they're like, we did it.
Yeah,
We had
a movie
sex.
called Short Bus has a guy cumming his own face,
Hey.
Oh my god.
sucking his own dick.
Short bus.
There's another guy. That movie Ken Park, which was the same guy that did Kids and Bully,
Yeah.
has the scene where the kid hangs himself from the doorknob and they show him pop off a fucking load and shit.
Damn.
And then a young kid, like a 16-year-old kid, eats a girl's pussy in that same movie. Like legit, like eats her pussy.
When magazines started to get boring, I went and got a sound effect CD, and it just had a chick moaning was one of the tracks, and I would put that on repeat
I
and
love
jerk
that.
and
off
beat it
a
to
magazine.
it. That's
Dude,
fantastic.
I love that because the
Two technologies.
The Howard Stern Private Parts movie where she sits on the speaker
Yes.
Yeah.
was one where I was like, well, I'll just jerk off
But
to
you know
this.
what? To this day,
Private
I'm like,
Parts has some
when
scenes.
a chick starts like getting real moany,
Yeah.
I'm done.
That mom is a champ.
I know, that was amazing. I would have lasted
One of
fucking
the-
15 seconds.
To show what just a dumb creature I am, it was so goddamn fun. The girl, I told the story on Ari's show that me and Kurt Metzger and my friend Glenn
Yeah.
all fucked together, and she would just like every step of the way was like out whoring us. We were just nervous kids, kind of doing like, no, we should play truth or dare. And she goes, can I just fuck all three of you?
Dude, that is so funny. What a cut to the chase. We're like,
I got 30 minutes on the meter, guys.
What's that? You're like, I said I'll fuck all three. You go, what?
That same girl, like a few weeks later, I was still living in Philly for sure, but I was going to New York every day, so it was rare that I was home. So one night I was home, and I go, let me grab this girl. That girl and a buddy that girl and a buddy came back to a thing, and she fucked, like, I think him first or something.
Yeah.
And then me afterwards. But after her, I was like, is it just like, are you not even enjoying this now? I'm so insecure, I still have to ask. Because the girl was like, everyone fucked me. I'm like, are you enjoying this stuff? She goes, yeah. I go, I just don't know. She goes, no, it's just your friend came like really quick. And I was like, yeah, how's that? She goes, just make the right noises. And I go, what do you mean? And this is why I'm fucking her.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean make the right noises? And she goes, I was like, and I was like, there it is. You're right. That's it.
I say that.
She's like rolling her eyes back, just doing all the things. I was like, yeah, you're right. That does work.
When
That's
they
good.
go well,
That's good stuff.
Our clit is like in our eardrum.
Christine can speak on that. I think that's a natural girl thing. Like, make the noises to get the guy to come and get this over with when you're done. When you're done with it,
It worked for me in the other room while you guys were going at it.
That's great. Fenoya's like, I caught buckshot.
Yeah. Fenoya's just picturing I'm beating her up in there is what it is.
Yeah, that is funny that men are just so easily tricked that there's like
noises. Dude,
She showed me. It was like David Blaine showing you. He goes, well, I put the string in my stomach first, and then I pull it out, and you're still going like, wow, this guy puts the string in his stomach first.
Goes,
that's pretty insane.
And you're like,
It's literally the equivalent of waving keys in front of little kids. We're that stupid.
She goes just like this and did it, and I'm telling you,
the simplicity
under
of
10 seconds of me going like, oh yeah, those noises do work.
And then she faked through a tennis ball, and you just went running out of the room.
It's so she's like,
get out of here.
You just came back in and looked at her suspiciously.
You didn't throw that.
And then she showed it again. He went, I forgive you. Ow, yeah.
I love it.
I like to come back in though. And they come back in though.
Did you trick me?
There's no ball in there.
I just looked in every corner.
And that was the one. And that was when I said we came back like a year later and saw her at a diner, and it was a bunch of comics with me, and they were like, it was like, oh, why don't we we were in a hotel or whatever at the Crown Point. You should come hang out with us. And she's like, I don't do that for free anymore.
Jesus.
And, I was like, and then I judged her. I was like, you want to get paid to fuck five guys? What a slut.
I do not at all. I do not at all. Thank God she found her talent, because I didn't know that she was a fucking cum whisperer.
Yeah, but that whole story.
She goes, you want to watch me make this whole roll of booths? All the guys in them come. Watch this. Everyone's like, all these dudes are popping.
I told her on Comedy Central, dude, when we went to her house that first time, Metzger like walked through and he's like holding the one Magnum condom she was able to find, and it's like going through her now occupied little brother's room, which is like under Dallas Cowboys blankets, and he goes, Kurt's walking through with the condom, not even thinking about it, going back to this attic door where she lived.
Wow.
And as we're walking through, he walks through, and the little brother, he just hears a voice go, goes, you guys partying up there?
He's coming from inside the condom.
Yeah, hey!
Let me tell you something that it can be used in the most damaging and vague way is partying. You guys partying, and you're like, that could mean several things.
In Edmonton, remember they're like, you guys partying? And I'm like, you've asked me 6 times. He's like, well, I party in the bathroom. And I'm like, the fuck are you talking about?
It could mean
and you go in there, he just throws confetti.
I got cake. I got bathroom cake.
He slams her head in the toilet. He's like, you ready to party?
Yeah. Because party, it means anything. It's like Smurf.
Really?
I just want to party.
You guys
like the word Smurf. You guys partying with a party
That's
later?
hilarious.
You want to party?
Too fucking vague.
This party got Smurfy quick.
Also, that kid peeking out from under a Cowboys blanket in a fucking near an attic room definitely meant gangbang. Partying didn't mean fucking sitting around.
No, that's what it was. We went up there, and I said her bed was broken.
She goes,
and I go, why is your bed on a slant? She goes, I had some friends in from the military last week, so I I was entertaining and goes, "You got gang fucked to your bed broke? I hope you changed these sheets. I don't care if you did, but I hope you did."
She really said that? I had military friends in.
She had Fleet Week in her attic.
Dude, SEAL Team 6. They come in, they go, "We're breaching."
He goes, "I don't know if they sealed me, but they filled me pretty good."
Yeah, dude. That woman should be charging.
The bed repair guy comes in. He's like, "I don't fix these for free anymore."
Yeah, I charge now.
Should we take a break and come back, and then we'll probably ride it out? We've been going good here. We're hanging out with Sam Morril. His new special coming out Friday night, Positive Influence, 11 p.m. on Comedy Central. And, of course, Mike Fenoya hanging out with us. Mike, what do you want to plug, buddy? Like Mike Fenoya?
Check my dates at MikeFenoya.com.
Amigos.
San Francisco Punchline soon. That'd be great.
And Amigos on iTunes
and
now.
Check out Amigos on iTunes now.
The podcast. What's the network you're on again?
Osiris.
Osiris, yeah.
Osiris Network.
Very, very
Love
check it out.
The punchline.
We will be right back. It's still the Bonfire.
Goddamn right it is.
Yeah. Have you ever spent a night, Dan, on 100% organic cotton sheets?
Last night, bud.
Yeah? How was it?
Greatest sleep I've ever had in my life.
You've probably never slept better in your whole life, right?
Ever.
Well, Boll & Branch makes the softest, most comfortable 100% organic cotton sheets you will ever sleep on. You know why, Dan?
What?
Because they only sell them online at bollandbranch.com.
Boss move, Boll & Branch.
Their sheets cost half of the designer brands, which was Dan's big sticking point.
I mean, really, I stuck to it, too.
And their choice to quality. Hundreds of thousands of Americans love Boll & Branch sheets, including 3 U.S. presidents, 4 convicted murderers.
Yeah. And a partridge in a pear tree.
And Dan. And me. You won't believe how comfortable 100% organic cotton sheets can feel until you try Boll & Branch. But don't just take their word for it. You can sleep on Boll & Branch sheets risk-free for a month. Risk-free seems like a scary word to use in an advertisement.
There is nothing wrong will happen to you.
Because, so am I like impenetrable on these sheets?
Yep. Invincibility sheets
if
for
you see
a
my
month.
Boll & Branch sheets,
you want to know what it's like to live in a Grand Theft Auto game? Guess what? bollandbranch.com/bonfire.
Bullets will not hit you on 100% organic cotton Boll & Branch sheets.
You will be unplugged from the Matrix.
If you try them out for a month and you don't think they're the best sheets you've ever slept on, you can give them right back for a full refund. Plus, if you order right now, you're going to get $50 off your first set of sheets plus free shipping at bollandbranch.com. Promo code Bonfire. That's spelled BOLL and branch.com. Promo code Bonfire. One more again. bollandbranch.com. Promo code
Bonfire?
You know it.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
And I said if you got to hold him in the 4th grade, you got to hold him in the 4th grade. Anyways, let's do this shit.
Hey, Gene.
I think the kid's sleeping. Come on, Randy. Let's go upstairs. It's the bedroom on the left. It's the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder. That's Big J. Oakerson. This is music that your mom gets boned to.
Boned.
Our guests today from the Amigos podcast, the world's Amigo, Mike Fenoya.
Thank you.
And the hour special coming out Friday at 11 p.m. on Comedy Central called Positive Influence, the Sam Morril.
It's going to be so good.
Good. So goddamn good. You will enjoy it. DVR it right now, you motherfuckers, or I will come to you with my new knife collection and bring hell with it.
I got excited. Me and Christine's relationship has kind of spanned the time of me watching guys like Sam, Mark Normand, and those guys that come through New York and come. It's great to see you guys who.
I mean, I'm in the same class as that, I would say. With Sam.
Soder was a little before us. I mean,
a little. You were like a little bit before them, but to see these guys where I was already kind of like looking outward, not looking back, seeing these guys who just caught my attention for how funny they were, and that cream is rising to the top, man. It's fucking fantastic to see.
Always rising, cream always rises.
We started talking earlier about post comedy, which I'm always excited to get into it about. We tried to drag anyone's specials by name and anything, but I don't know what the hell. Everything's a new. Norm Macdonald just spoke on this actually on Stern today. He was pretty interesting. His take on it. He said,
"You think he loses the show?"
I love when he says, he goes,
"I hope." I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I really hope he does.
I hope not, but I wouldn't be surprised either. But he, it's funny how fast they could fucking turn on you. But he said on Stern today, it was a great line. He goes, "Well, Stern's like, yeah, well, Norm, you kind of always subscribe to, comedy's supposed to just be funny. It's not supposed to have to make a point. It's got to be funny." He goes, "Call me old-fashioned," which is a great definitive line to make for that. I don't understand why.
There's these people who are like, it's got to be anti-authority. And you're just like, well, some comics can just make jokes.
Yeah,
not everything has to have
Why is that not okay?
A message.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where I think all comedians are pushing back in a certain way of like this kind of don't tell us what to joke about,
right.
And then now they're also saying like, and there's no jokes. Like, don't joke around about, like, you can't choose what you joke around about, and don't make it funny, because there just seems to be a thing of outrage begots more outrage, and they just can keep stirring the pot and being like, I'm fucking mad, and it's like it's an activity now to get mad about shit that you read online. It's like a thing you can do. It's like playing a video game. You're like, I'm gonna go on Twitter and get fucking furious about some shit and maybe take away someone's fucking job, and it's like, it's kind of fucking crazy.
I think a lot of comics that I think are
of course
hilarious.
He compounds it, because what he said is, Christine just pulled up an article that says Norm Macdonald,
the joke he made after the whole thing.
Yeah, which I told you that's the one joke I heard that Ryan Beck even like DM me to be like, dude, this is hilarious, but Norm Macdonald said you know to not think Me Too was good. He's like, hey, it'd have to have Down syndrome, and so that's like
oh, that's fucking amazing.
So he was like defending the Me Too movement,
but still
he's like,
didn't do it right.
And then he didn't do it right, and like points.
And he didn't say the R word.
Yeah.
He said the actual medical term.
Yeah, when discussing the trauma that sexual abuse victims face, Mr. McDonald said that of course he understood the consequences. He went on to say, you'd have to have Down syndrome. My new word. My sister interrupted. My new word. Down syndrome. Good word.
My new word.
I mean, it's just funny when you break down hilarious people talking. Like, if they did this with if you wrote an article like our show, like, they slut-shamed moms. It's like, we were talking about our own moms getting fucked. Did you know how incredibly exposing that is to yourself? To be like, yeah, I remember these awful comments that I'm laughing about at 35 with some of the best comics in the world.
Yeah.
I think you guys are super self-deprecating, and it's like I think it all started with when comedy became super personalized, and when like the story became bigger than the joke.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? When it could be like, oh, this can go on for 7 minutes with no punchlines, and then there's like one big pop at the end. You're like, well, that's not a bit. That's a different genre of comedy, and it's cool that comedy's expanding. But don't tell us that it has to be this one fucking thing.
That's my argument.
Tell comedy with jokes.
That's point for point my exact argument about it. That's my problem with the Nanette, Hannah Gadsby comments after that was, you're cutting out so many comics who I love by saying that comedy has to have a much greater point. And I'm like, so Dave Attell, Brian Regan, could multi-millionaire Carrot Top not be?
I know, right?
Not be in comedy somehow. I mean, how do you argue like?
But it's good for comedy that it's broadening.
Of course,
and the Hannah Gadsby thing is good for comedy. It means it's being taken more seriously. And it's good to have different parts of comedy, but don't tell us it's like the most closed-minded people telling us that comedy has to be this one thing. It's the dumbest argument.
There's also some people that are sneaking into comedy, and Tim Dillon made this argument perfectly, that there's some unfunny people that are trying to fucking kneecap other people to be like, this is my thing, you're out.
Yeah.
I couldn't do the thing you did. I couldn't be funny. Right. So now I can't be funny, so I'm going to kneecap you, and now what I do is funny. And you're like, but that's still not funny.
In order to break the rules, you have to know the rules. You know what I mean? It's like some shitty-ass director, and you're like, no, you got to know how to make a good movie. You can't just make a shitty movie and be like, I did that on purpose. It's ridiculous.
Even at some point in there, Norm Macdonald said, he goes, it's a one-man show. It's not a stand-up special. And he goes, and those are, I completely respect those.
Yeah.
Like, he was being like serious and like sentimental. He's like, those are great.
I think the templates that lead comedy change. When I was coming up, the templates at the time were very much Attell, Dane Cook.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you'd see molds.
Maybe Mark Maron sort of had that in like the alternative circuit. But the kind of molds you kind of, when you're doing your creative character in a video game, it's like where you start. And Kurt, everyone was definitely in the vein of like watching Attell and being like, and I don't even think Kurt, I guess more so, but I never even had, my comedy was never in the vein of Attell so much, like set up joke. But it's in the voice of the style of the genre. But the genre of is what I mean.
But you're going to be influenced by someone who's much greater at it than you are when you start.
Of course, but all the templates used to, at least, if nothing else, Mark Maron, whoever you choose in that vein, Sarah Silverman for a long time for girls,
Hedberg,
Louis, all of them were like there was no argument that it was like funny or not funny. The templates that people start following start getting further away from funny, and falsely so is like a Doug Stanhope that became a big template, like a generation behind me in comedy.
You know what's crazy? Because that was my generation, and I saw a lot of guys being like,
but Stanhope pulls off this unique thing he does. And he's very, very funny the whole way through.
Exactly.
And a lot of people come out and mistake funny for like, I'm going to hammer home a point you people don't want to hear. Like you just go against the grain and then walk off stage, where he's going against the grain and then making you laugh. You know, there's a thing behind it.
What you're talking about seeing coming up, what I saw coming up is you'd see guys that weren't funny that were doing the Stanhope and kind of disguising not being funny under like, what, you guys don't want to hear about this? My plans for abortion?
It's too
like,
real for you?
It's not. It's just not funny. You're just not fucking funny, dude.
But Norm called it out too on Stern today. Same person. I'd say kind of like that. Stanhope was the beginning of that. The template that people put him
or Hicks to another extent.
Hicks was before that. Yeah, absolutely. But Stanhope's hilarious.
Or Lenny Bruce before that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there used to be like two political comics. It was like Lenny Bruce and then Mort Saul, and then it was like everyone. Now it's like everyone's like, here's the problem with Trump.
That's true.
You've done 2 open mics.
But Jon Stewart, saying Jon Stewart was the other one that kind of subtly, even he wasn't doing stand up necessarily. I know he is a stand up, but not doing stand up, like that thing.
Well, I
became
think
like kind of like that preach thing, but that's a show. It's a different format.
But Stewart's a great joke writer. Like his hour,
he's hilarious.
I agree with you, but it's like that. There's that now, like those guys who are just doing the here's my point. Though, like couldn't handle it, the walking people and thinking it's cool. It's like no, Bill Hicks would go to fucking Alabama and Arkansas and kill with these liberal.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. That's the power of that.
He was funny and he had like jokes. Like you would watch him and be like, "Fuck, man," and he was taking it to them. He was taking away games. Dude. He wasn't at some safe
makes
space.
You laugh with him at the idea that he doesn't believe in evolution. That's hilarious.
Giannis Pappas,
that's a testament to how fucking funny someone can be with a joke. Doesn't matter.
Credit to Giannis Pappas in 2009. He goes, "Do you know who the most alternative comic in New York City is? Nate Bargatze." He's like, he's a Southern guy.
How about Joe Mackey, dude?
Yeah, he's a Southern guy saying Walmart's great in these Brooklyn rooms, and they're like, and he's like, I don't even have to put stuff back. And you're like, that's a testament to great comedy. Is when like Bill Burr, like watching him explode. I remember going to his shows, his live show at Caroline's. He'd start a thing where you're like, fuck, this is what? I don't agree with that. And then by the end, he's just hammering home funny, and you're like, that's fucking hilarious. But you're right, Joe Mackey,
Nick DiPaolo.
Like, but Mackey's like a guy who's fucking hilarious. And if you sit and talk to him, you're like, we don't have, our morals do not. You're such a better person than me.
It makes me want to go take a shower every time I hang out with him.
Ryan Hamilton's not a guy where you're like, this is clean comedy. You just watch him like, this guy's fucking hilarious.
So
good. I didn't cuss once. But it doesn't mean it's better or worse. It just means he's fucking super funny.
Yeah.
So to take the funny out of it, I think is like, it's I don't know. Do you think it's a template now? Is just...
I think the templates people they're just looking to the wrong templates now because they want to make headlines over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like going to an ice cream store and they're being like, ice cream's not going to be sweet anymore, okay?
I'm not saying anyone's lying about anything, but you can get a legit chance for a career bump if you fucking say somebody if you're like a young girl comic, and you say somebody with power did something to you, you can get a bump. Like you get a momentary minute in the spotlight to try to bump, and I think some people do that for sure, which I always hate that because it trivializes real victims of shit.
Yeah. Like the people that use it. Well, that's what...
Joe Mackey molested me.
Yeah. That's a huge bump.
By the way, your special's coming out.
Joe Mackey?
Do you know what I'm saying? I mean,
I'm going to touch you now. Watch out. Get those pants off. Here we go, buckaroo. It's touch time, baby.
Yeah.
I think I told you I was watching Bill Maher today that Jim Carrey was just on.
Yeah.
At the end of it, he goes nowhere. He's like defending Al Franken, which I'm not even against defending Al Franken, but it's just like I said this to you outside. It's so funny, like Al Franken. There's a picture of him doing the joke picture of him squeezing the girl's tits. I don't think it's a major deal, but
it's a USO tour.
If the girl did,
it's all about sex and whatever.
If the girl did have a problem with it, then he shouldn't have done that. And whatever people are saying is a lot of like. Al Franken accusations are like he really squeezes pretty tight when he puts his arm around your waist for a picture, and it's like, okay, so Bill Maher's lobbying like, well, listen, I believe Al Franken, so I think
you believe your friends.
I think he should come back and run for something, and I know, and I go at the same time, really, if your major sticking point of Trump's thing, like what piece of shit he is in that regard. He said to another dude that he thought the cameras were off, you can fucking just touch a chick's pussy when you're famous, man. They love it. That's really what he did. You know what I mean? And I'm no fan of Trump. Get him out of office tomorrow. I don't give a shit. Like,
but you made a point after that it's like when you're dating someone. This was the point that I was like, this is hilarious, because you like eventually people's wives. At one point, someone's husband or wife was their boyfriend or girlfriend, and you had a dirty conversation with your friend about that person.
Absolutely.
You're like, oh, fuck's like a champ, dude. Yeah. And then like 2 years later, you're like, that's my fucking son's mother. And you're like, yeah, you told me that she deep throated you on the second date. You're like, oh, that was a good date.
Dean Edwards.
Those were the days.
Early in me and Christine dating, Dean Edwards, we were standing outside of a comedy club. Christine came out and walked back in, and he looked at Christine from the back, and he looked at me with like he didn't know I was dating her. Yeah. And he goes, I saw his face getting ready to say something, so you want to give him that, like, I go, dude, I said, me and her are dating. He goes, oh, nice. And I was like, oh, yeah, dude, she throws it down. Like, right away, I'm going, she throws it down, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, Christine...
That's like a good friend interception.
Women do that. I mean, that's across the board, right?
Yeah. You definitely told a girl about how I fuck or something about it. How would you not?
Yeah, like...
I don't know if it changes so much from, like, a guy you're dating to... Like, that's my husband. I think that's territorial.
But I think that women are more territorial. But I think over time you discuss less. Both sexes discuss less sexually about their partners with their friends.
And also,
they don't do radio shows together.
Nobody wants to hear about the sex you're having with your wife. It's like, dude, me and Lisa
I was like, fuck yeah,
hammered
man.
It down.
God,
me and Catherine, dude, we go fucking crazy.
Oh God, Mrs. Fenoya and you love each other so much.
But yeah, I said I wanted to make like a joke about that. Is that every perfect family you see with a husband and wife who love each other and 3 kids in a beautiful house. At some point, that guy went to one of his buddies and was like, dude, that girl I went out with last night, he goes, fucking takes it to the balls, dude. I mean, I've never seen a girl take dick like this. And then pretty impressive.
And then
like, oh.
5 years later, it's like, she's like, Johnny, you help me in the kitchen? And you're like, weird.
She's the strongest woman I've ever met.
That's
what
my
I
hero.
saw her go through in that delivery room has changed my whole opinion about women.
That's my hero holding my other hero. My baby girl.
Oh, God.
I could be a hero, 7 years earlier is all, dude, that chick sucks dick like a fucking monster, bro. 8 years later, there she is.
That's my baby, right?
That's my queen.
My baby holding my baby.
Baby holding my baby.
But that Bill Maher thing, he's coming out for Al Franken in defense of Al Franken. It's just like, it's like your buddy. You're calling for it's okay for your buddy.
Everything's so...
Okay, liberals, if you want to write off Al Franken.
Kyle Dunnigan's Bill Maher.
Oh my God.
Fucking spot on.
Okay.
He's so funny.
It's
perfect.
The best.
He's hilarious. But everything's so bipartisan now that that doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? Like, he's on that team, so Bill Maher's on that team.
Right.
It's like, I'm defending that. If Trump was on his team, he would defend that. That's just what it is now. It's so fucking split. It's laughable.
But it's
that bipartisan.
That's
it's
everything.
But it's also shitty once people defend someone and then, like with Norm, it's like, well, even if you don't agree with him, which I'm sure most people don't, based on this. I mean, I don't like the erasing of people. I don't like you're now banned from this show.
Yeah.
You're now not allowed. It's such mob bullshit.
Yeah,
it really is.
But even to the positive too, when they go back to. What's this?
I was going to say, Reed, this kind of touches on that a little bit. Just this idea of we banish people now when they fuck up. Like, so you're just done for good.
I've been saying it feels like now culture is like a figure skating routine. Like, you fall down and like, you're done. You're done. You fell. You fucking slipped. But he wrote what you highlighted. Norm Macdonald said, I meet all kinds of women that have terrible stories about what happened to them. Macdonald said, I wasn't talking about the victims. They asked me about Roseanne. They asked me about Chris Hardwick. They asked me about Louis, and I told them, if someone murders someone, and goes to jail, right? and then he gets out of jail after 10 years, and you go, I'm going to give this guy a job washing dishes because he's done his penance. Nobody goes, well, what about the people he murdered? Well, of course. They had it off worse. It turned into a Mulaney at the end. I apologize. Tried to keep it McDonald, but it moved into a Mulaney.
No, look, he makes a good point. And they said they asked him about something specific, and I don't think they spun his words necessarily. I just mean...
But I'm saying people now, because of how comfortable we live, it's an activity to get fucking furious online.
Totally.
I can choose right now to go online and find something that fucking makes me angry, under tipping a fucking, you can just pick something.
It's so addictive.
But I mean, the big thing, again, I think a lot of comics, great ones, and I think me personally float in like the gray area of the world, like seeing the ridiculous on both sides.
Right.
Kind of pick it apart on all, but it's not that way. Like most of the world needs you to like pick this fucking side.
Well, I don't
That's my
know.
point.
It makes me anymore.
So one makes me hate like or want to not like the other thing. How much I'm just inundated with anti-Trump shit.
Yeah.
I know I wish Obama could just be president again tomorrow, just because like, everybody just be happy now and like shut up.
Yep.
But the way they talk about it goes, we had an amazing president who got the world back on track, and I'm like, I bet if I was a politics person who dug deep, I bet there's plenty of Obama policies that are fucking nothing to do with his black or white, just shitty puppet. He knows how to get on the thing. He did that speech. Was it at the end of last week?
It was the best. It was better
fucking amazing. The guy's like smooth jazz that calms you down, but he didn't say shit. There's nothing to do.
Also, Trump is
he said
like
vote. He said
Trump
go
is
vote.
like a professional troll. So it's like people that hate him, you're just gonna keep hating him more and more every day.
He's doing the thing. You're doing the thing he wants you to do.
Yeah.
When he's being like, "You're stupid," you're like, "What the fuck did you say?" He just starts grinning. He goes, "I said you're stupid."
Jim Carrey, pretty smart thing he actually did say of all the goofy Jim Carrey shit he does.
Yeah. Well, that's what hundreds of millions of dollars, 2 decades of hundreds of millions of dollars in video.
Well,
you lose all
about yourself.
fucking touch.
Once you start painting, something happens. George Bush and Jim Carrey, that's who it is?
Yeah, Bush and Carey. Have I told you those are the painters of the fucking new generation?
And Hitler.
Yeah, well, that didn't go well.
Jim Carrey came out for first I said he came out wearing like Nikes, making a big Colin Kaepernick thing, whatever, but then he goes he's like lobbying. I talked to Dave Smith about this, and it is funny. He's lobbying for socialism in a country that capitalism has made him a bazillionaire.
Yeah.
And I'm certain, this is what Dave said to me, he's like, I'm certain he hasn't given of $200 million. I'm sure he hasn't given $199 million to like charity and good faith.
He's been like, I need a little bit to live off of.
It's just people are looking to be angry, and you can be angry. Calling all the celebrities, and Dave Smith told me too that Bill Burr is a joke I don't think I've ever heard, made me laugh about all this. I go, it's made me not like watching Alec Baldwin stuff, even if he's funny.
Yeah.
Because he was just one of the guys, like, if Trump wins, I'm moving to Canada. It's like, well, that's not even an impressive thing to say. Like, so you're gonna go live in a mansion in Canada? Like, congratulations.
You're still rich.
I don't give a fuck where you live. Like, Phil Collins lives in Switzerland. I don't give a shit. Like, can I hear his music here?
They say you're moving to
I
Fallujah.
care.
It's like you're moving to a fucking nice country.
Yeah, it's not that. It's not that
Canada's a nice place.
You guys keep playing this way, and I'm going to move to a nice 17th century Victorian in London.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I won't enjoy it
But
because I won't be here.
he said Bill Burr's got a joke. He goes, how narcissistic to even announce that to the world.
Yeah.
He goes, you think when someone's getting ready to pull that lever, he goes, I want to vote for Trump, but I don't want to lose share. That's fucking
That's brilliant.
That's such a funny joke. That would affect your decision. He goes, well, Alec Baldwin's going to move. What if Jim Carrey goes back to Canada?
It's so weird, man, because it's like this is a symptom of comedy being very popular. It's like there's a lot of money involved now, so people are making money in different ways. In some ways that people have found money. One of my favorite people to watch, if you are bored and you have Instagram, follow Michael Che Thinks, and watch his posts about comedy bloggers that he calls Megans.
I love it, dude.
And it's some of the funniest reading, because he just proves time and time again. He's like, there's people just out there just to say they hate shit, just so people will click, just so that other websites will share their clickbait.
Yeah,
and he just like points it out in such a way that it's so fucking funny that it's an interesting to watch, because him now commenting is an activity the way them getting mad about comedy is an activity. So it just feeds off itself. It's this weird incestuous, like, okay, now I can watch this person get mad about this, and what's this person's opinion about this person getting mad. Taking Twitter off my phone,
greatest thing in the world, I bet.
It's
Ari Shaffir follows no one, and he's got like hundreds of thousands of followers. But I'm so like jealous of him.
He doesn't have like the smartphone. He's never.
He's got a flip phone.
Flip phone.
I mean, it's flip phone as well.
But it really is the thing where it's when you get off, like is this like a blog about it?
This were the screenshots from him where it was right after he defended Louis, and then he was posting other blogs.
Yeah, that became news.
Exactly
when just his opinions.
When
admirable how reckless he is, for his fame.
With the status he has, the job
I think that's what always like.
He's been a part of some fucking deep Legion of Skanks and SDR episodes. Che,
but Che's like,
he goes for it. Never gets in trouble.
But I'll tell you this: funny. He's funny.
Hilarious.
He's just fucking hilarious.
Never a whiff of hack. He's a great comic.
Yeah,
and that's a nice dude.
But I think that's also what you're seeing seeing is, and that's back to that Tim Dillon argument, where it's like a lot of unfunny people trying to take down, being like, "Fuck, this guy's funny. I got a shot." And I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about malicious people that are in this business.
Town criers who don't write fucking jokes. Who are like, we just have to be like, oh, they're funny, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. But it's been proven if you make some allegation, you'll get your moment to possibly pop and break through. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you get your shot, but it won't be a long lasting shot. Like, it's funny who I talk to, especially like across the board. I'm not talking about just white dudes. I'm talking about like when I talk to Michelle Wolf or like Marina Franklin, and you talk to these people and you're like, yeah, it's bullshit, and they're like, oh yeah, there's a lot of bullshit around here right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot
really
of this.
weird.
A lot of this is filled with fucking murk and this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Look, for whatever you think of the special, even like Drew Michael says pretty early in his thing about like this disability, that word. It's like, so he has to separate himself. I'm a straight white man, but I have a hearing thing. Yeah. The guy who's
that's how far it's gone now.
Who's wailing it.
Guys,
I'm slightly off in terms of
it is.
I'm not perfect.
I have a stigma, so
do you know? But you have to agree how important that is in that special for what he's trying to.
I'm a straight white, but there are some colors I can't make out fully.
Yeah,
so.
I'm colorblind.
I'm a straight white guy, but my cursive is off. Can I get an hour's
The guy
time?
who
dexterous.
I once had bronchitis. It's been up and down.
Yeah.
The guy who is murdering on America's Got Talent, I mean, walking his way to the finals, is a guy who has Tourette's.
Okay.
So his eye blinks a little bit, and every joke is about it, and they standing ovation him every single time. I've never heard him before.
But I mean, it's so direct. It's so direct to like
play it. Just enjoy.
Fuck you, Heidi. Sorry.
I've been working for this moment for over 10 years, and I gotta tell you, it's a dream come true to follow two dolphins doing whatever it is they were doing.
That's
why I do this.
Pause it.
I think Andrew Schultz looks great.
I hear a slight Wigger accent. Am I wrong?
Well, it's more. It's not Wigger. I'd say it's fat black Southern mama voice for some reason. Like he's got waffles in the back.
It kind of sounds like Cleveland a little bit.
Yeah, good.
My wife and I, we just got a puppy recently. Got
right? Is that Black Lou? Am I right? Okay.
Recently?
Oh, yeah. What's up, girl?
Oh, totally.
Anyways,
no, this guy's only black circle. He has jokes. He has jokes about being at like black house parties and the cops come and think he's like, fill in the blank. Go ahead, Dan. What do you do right there? This is Christine's favorite game to watch me do.
Yeah.
As we're sitting and watching, she goes, the cops come to the party and they go, and I go, just pause, like, are you okay? Do you need some help? I'm like, he's my friend. And it's like, and just hit play and watch it happen exactly like I said.
I'm not joking when I say this. You probably saw it because you lived with him, but Sam, it's a legitimate talent that Jay has.
Dude.
To like, he'll know a hacky premise and finish the joke in a way that you're like, that's fucking crazy.
It's unbelievable.
I did them all on Super 8 tape in between my mom's tit shows.
Yeah, I can do some of them.
In between that, I'm fucking. I'm like, it's my mom. I'm fucking stools in between.
This the way Big J. I go, Jay. Oh my God, are you in a FUBU shirt, humping the stage? But it is one of those talents. It's like crossword puzzles.
It's amazing.
I'm not. I can get the easy ones, but Jay's like, no, 19 down. That's anamorphous, and you're like, huh? How the fuck did you get that?
Yeah, you nail them.
I remember you would tell me that you and Jay would go to like Governors and see like just some guys pop in.
No.
That was a specific night.
We went one night.
Okay.
And it was very specific.
I don't want to say the name if you don't want
Nick Cannon. We watched his special on this show.
All right.
Oh, no, we broke down his latest special on this show. Pete Davidson got us tickets.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm opening for Nick Cannon. Do you want to see it?
Sadly, it was before the gun-shaped microphone era of Nick Cannon. But, you know,
which is so, you know what, you talk about like jumping in on it, but he is like a guy that went from being like, man, I'm so rich, show business is so awesome, to being like, I'm woke. What's all this fucking problem? It was like almost by the next special where you're like, that much of a character shift? Like, if I do my next special and it's all about like communism and socialism, like, what is Soder doing? I'm like, let me tell you the problem.
It's the alt-right Soder special.
Yeah, alt-right. I'm just like, America that I knew is gone.
Bring back Colorado.
Monster truck Dan.
Viacom, more like Viacon. They're conning you, America.
Bro,
to believe in Comedy Central's funny.
Oh, dude, that's alt left Dan.
I fucking love it.
That'd be great if you just shift back and forth, just alt Dan.
I don't know who I am.
Right.
It's like the Terminator scene where he's in the lava melting into different people. It's like, oh, fucking abortion's good and bad. Oh, no.
I like fucking alt-left Dan. Why don't you make illegal immigrants CEOs of companies? Deuces. You just go, thoughts. Pause screen.
I want to know.
Thoughts.
We're coming to America.
You call it an audience member? I need an audience member to beatbox for my closer.
Yeah,
please.
I go, up in the sky, look around. It's a slam poetry.
If anybody says they have crazy thoughts in their comedy special, I turn it off.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
It's going right off.
What if you do, though? You go, I'm schizophrenic. They gave me a special.
Yeah.
It's a real risk.
Unless it's followed by actual crazy thoughts, not just a shitty hack joke you wrote. He goes, oh, man, I got just nutty thoughts, man, going through my head all the time. It's like, I just look at Christine sleeping there next to me, and I'm like, I could just choke her and say she died in her sleep. He goes, I could put a pillow over her face and she'll never be able to stop. Nutty thoughts, man. I could kill a dog.
Keeps me up weeks.
I'm so loco. I'll take a shit. I'll look at it and I'll go, should I eat that? Should I eat that shit?
For like a half hour, I'll have this argument in my head.
Eat me, motherfucker.
Yeah. I take a cold shower with my clothes on. And I go, if I could suck a ghost's dick, would I do it? Crazy thought.
I go to my high school reunion, I think how many shots I could get off before anyone stops me.
I got crazy thoughts. Do I take out the security first?
There hasn't been a school reunion shooter yet.
The guy bringing it back.
He still shows up with zits. Hey, look, Perch still has adult acne.
I'm going to be right back. I got to go to my SUV that I rented.
I gave him a nickname, Perch.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Perch.
Hey, Perchy Perch. What are you doing, zit face? He goes,
doing this.
School reunion.
Great to see you.
shooter.
You still got that Homecoming King trophy? Play more of this guy's comedy.
He goes, oh, yeah. What's up, girl?
They told me that she was a German Shepherd puppy. I was like, dope. I got a police dog. I've had her for 6 years. She's still this big. Which means either that lady lied to me or my dog has Benjamin Button's disease. She's slowly turning into a pug, which are the worst, they're the ugliest. Some of you look like you have one. I'm sorry, they're not cute. They don't have noses. They look like they smoke. Pugs look like they smoke a pack a day. They look stressed. I got a dog, so when stressful things
Dude, the
happen
Apollo
in the
right
real world,
now, a chair would have come out of the floor.
Fires and all of them.
I'm be like, hey. You can't do that with a pug. You walk in, you're like, hey. Your pug's like, where you been? Kick it!
Oh!
Great. Goddamn.
Dude.
Goddamn
J. Lou.
Lewinsky.
He's the fucking greatest. The chairman of the boards. Help this guy out. Look at these two.
Is that Taylor Williamson in the back watching?
That's weird. He's watching like
coach.
He's watching like Mr. T, fucking in Rocky 3. You ain't the real American's Got Talent champion. I'm the real champion. Hey, Heidi Klum. Hey, lady.
That shirt never seen a real man.
Yeah, want to be with a man with a face that ain't got no pot marks in it? Hey, pretty lady. Hey, pretty lady. Hey, pretty lady.
I've never seen anything like that. And she said, oh, and I said, why? And he said, because I have one. And then he reached in his passenger seat and he pulled up a dog that looked exactly like my dog. And I had a
by the way,
moment
can
where
we blink the fucking screen behind him a bunch?
Are they trying to give Tourette's to everyone? This is like,
that's the new special, man. You get what they get, so you can relate.
I'm walking up.
I understand it finally.
Walk a mile in my shoes, y'all.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's awful.
When all I want is like 3 Attell specials. That's all I want. I just want 3 hours of Dave for the rest of my life.
Is this Kyle Dunnigan's Bill Maher? Play that.
It's incredible. It's the best.
That's Bill Maher reading to children.
The Cat and the Fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon.
This guy.
Oh, really? A cow jumped over the moon. It took NASA astronauts going 17,000 miles an hour a week to get to the moon. This is bullshit. A cow couldn't jump over one of you stupid idiots during nappy time, okay? Oh, you're crying now? I'm on page 2. Buckle up, assholes.
It's fucking perfect.
He's amazing.
If you don't follow Kyle Dunnigan on Instagram.
Shit he does with his mom is so funny.
Yeah, the fucking, oh my God. And his security force. Kyle Dunnigan's just fucking
really
hilarious.
is hysterical.
Also, make sure that you set your DVRs right fucking now for Friday, Comedy Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, Sam Rill's Hour Special, Positive Influence. That's September 14th, if you're listening to this bootleg, which thank you. That DVR... Positive Influence, Comedy Central, 11 p.m.
It's going to be streaming too from September 30th to November 30th. No cable login necessary. So if you don't have cable, you want to wait, it's going to be free on the 30th. But watch Friday. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Also, if you're listening bootleg, buy Bowl and Branch and Blink security cameras.
Dude, good pickup, bro. Mike Fenoya's podcast Amigos. Go download it right now on iTunes. And then if you live in New England, go see Big J next week. Comics Mohegan Sun, September 20th through the 22nd. Then Yuck Yucks in Calgary, September 28th to 29th. Tickets at bigjcomedy.com.
Fenoich is going to be, America's Amigos is going to be with me, Mohegan Sun.
Hell yeah. So make sure you go to bigjcomedy.com to get tickets to see Mike and Jay at Mohegan Sun. That's next week, September 20th through the 22nd.
And Dan Soder going to be in Sacramento with the Punchline September 13th through the 15th. After that, he's going to be in Minneapolis at Acme. That's September 20th through the 22nd. For tickets and all their tour dates, visit dansoder.com. Please download the Best of the Bonfire wherever you download podcasts. Yeah. Rate, review. Let us know. This is the last live show of the week. We have to have Mikey back on next week.
Yeah, we got to hear
that story, and it will be great. Maybe on the Lost Tapes next week. We'll see.
Sounds good.
It sounds really good, Dan. I love you.
I love you.
Have
more.
a great weekend. I love you so much. I'll be at Keystone with Ron Bennington
Philly.
live. Philly, Keystone Comic Con.
The Interrobang.
Go to the Interrobang for tickets to come watch me and Ronnie do about an hour and a half radio show at Bam Margera. It's going to be fun.
That's fucking awesome. I'll be at the Niners-Lions game. Say what's up if you see me.
Hells yeah.
Congratulations, Sam.
Congratulations, Sam. I look forward to watching the special.
Can I say one last thing?
Yeah.
I'm in Fairfield, Connecticut at Stage 1 this Saturday and the Atlanta Punchline next weekend if you're around.
SamMorrill.com?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful. On behalf of the whole staff here and our lovely camera crew.
The best.
Yeah.
The best.
We'll catch you guys next week live on Monday. Crackle, crackle.
Crackle, crackle.
Wow. Ciao, baby.